As the sun sets over mid. As the sun sets over mid-Michigan, the sports spirit ignites. Volleyballs soar, echoing the determination of champions. The gridiron roars to life as student-athletes clash in a dance of skill, strength, and strategy. Basketball courts pulse with energy, each dribble a heartbeat of the game. As winter turns to spring, the diamonds will glisten under the sun, a stage for baseball and softball glory and triumph. Fans unite in a symphony of support for their beloved teams. Amid cheers and tears, memories are etched into the tapestry of time. Join us as we journey through the magic that is high school sports. It's time for high school football on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Hello and welcome to a packed house here at Shepherd High School for homecoming night with the Shepherd Blue Jays and the Clare Pioneers. Chris Spockman, happy to be here with you at the alma mater. Yeah, a little scary. They let me back in here to do a football game. And a little bit of a, usually want that cupcake when it comes to homecoming. Well, Shepherd doesn't have any cupcakes now that they're in that new set of the Jack Pine, I will say. So it's 1-5 Shepherd versus 5-1 Clare. But this is one of those games you kind of throw out the records with the Pioneers and the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays will be outmatched tonight. And I feel like if they get themselves a turnover, maybe a trick play touchdown, they should be able to stay in this game. But Clare, oh boy, they've been outstanding. Their only loss on the year to Ogama Heights, and what a back-and-forth battle that was. With Jayden Arthur calling the shots, throwing to Lauch, Halachek, Dane Alexander along with Conan Weeks, and Aiden Van Bon running the football. They have been fantastic on the offensive side and the defensive side, moving to that 4-1 record. And with the packed house, a little connection issue, so we came on here a little bit late. So we got to head out to a quick commercial break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. When we come back, I'll get you all set up for kickoff. The Blue Jays, the Pioneers, here on a Friday Night Lights on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Back right after this.
Hey, Rowan, want to toss the ball around?
No, thanks.
A quick game of chess?
Maybe later.
Want me to teach you to ride a bike?
Papa, we did all that when I was little.
I guess you're right. Marbury Law's kept me so busy, time has just flown by.
There is one thing, though. You got any cookies?
Thought you'd never ask.
Joe Wentworth with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes, working hard and showing pride for our community. For all of your real estate needs, go with Joe. Joe Wentworth with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-817-1291.
Block Electric Company is a proud supporter of local schools and high school student athletes, learning skills in and out of the classroom to lead our communities tomorrow. Good luck to all student athletes from Block Electric, and go Aggies!
Jenna Gates
and Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, just like our student athletes, they bring it. If you need sand or gravel, they bring it to you with fast service and a great price. For all of your sand and gravel needs, call Central Michigan Sand and Gravel today at 989-382-7089. Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, a proud supporter of our student athletes, competing for their schools. The Diner, where homemade favorites come to life every day for breakfast and lunch. From fluffy pancakes to savory sandwiches, The Diner has your cravings covered. Discover the perfect blend of comfort food and camaraderie at The Diner. Join them every Friday night till 7 for their famous fish fry. The Diner on North Mission, Mount Pleasant.
Woods Household offers so much more than just competitive pricing on your household needs. We also offer service after the sale. At Woods, all of our products are built to last, with quality components and craftsmanship. But if something does go wrong, our trained in-house service technicians are available to take care of all of our customers, even providing in-home assistance. So shop the Woods way, where service after the sale is just a phone call away.
An absolutely wonderful rendition of the national anthem on this beautiful night coming from Miss Muggenberg. And we are set for Jack Pine football action here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Talked about some of those stars they're going to be running, catching, throwing for the Clare Pioneers. For the Shepherd Blue Jays, Brady Robinson, Mason Eisenberger is who you will see at quarterback, catching, running the football. You're going to see Easton Van Alstyne, Remy Hayworth, Bryce Smith, Ty Burns, Tristan Fisher, and the crew. Should be a fantastic night for some football. Do got an update already coming from Sacred Heart Morris. They are in a lightning delay at Sacred Heart Academy, and so something to think about here. Hopefully that weather stays away, and as myself and Adam Gursky were arriving to the game, I think the last thing either one of us thought about was possible weather, because it was just an absolutely perfect day. But now, some weather rolling in, and we will be prepared for it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We got our This Week in MHSA Sports ready to go and all that jazz if need be, if we need a little bit of a break. But ready to go are the Shepherd Blue Jays. Kicking off for Shepherd is going to be Bryce Smith. Back deep to receive the kick is Ryan Lauch. And the two Clare games that we have seen, we've seen Ryan Lauch take back a punt, and we have seen him take back a kick. And here comes the opening kickoff. Pardon me, it's not going to be Smith. It's going to be kicked off by somebody else, pardon me, on that kickoff for Shepherd. And oh, look at this opening return. It's Aiden Van Baan, not one of the guys you're used to having as the up man. He's going to take it all the way inside the 20, and it might also be a horse collar tackle going against Shepherd as well. But you get that little pooch kick. You don't expect an athlete like Aiden Van Baan to be there to return it. He took it at maybe his 40-35 and said, you guys don't know I'm the running back. I'm going to take this one up the sideline. And so fantastic field position for the Clare Pioneers to start the game. So left first down and 10 at their own 12-yard line. And Shepherd, you don't want to get off to a rough start here. That is what could really hold you back in this one. But Clare's got it at the Shepherd 12. 11:48 left to go here in the first quarter. And already the Pioneers are in business. It actually does look like this penalty might back them up a bit. I thought it may have been a horse collar the way things occurred on the far side of the field. But instead of the 12, it'll be the 22 where Clare takes over on this first possession. Pioneers look at the sideline for the play. 4 wide receivers, Weeks, Halachek, Alexander, and Ryan Lauch. Aiden Van Baan in the backfield. Lauch goes in motion. He's going to take the jet sweep handoff. Big tackle in the backfield from the Blue Jays. Remy Hayworth coming in to make the stop. Big time play there for the Jays on play number 1 of the game. Homecoming night here for the Blue Jays. Pioneers coming in looking to spoil that. And you got a 1-5 team and a 5-1 team. But this Shepherd team has continued to get better. They are very, very young. And one thing they have done is fight and fight and fight. In the second half, even with some running clocks, they've been able to put up some scores, which isn't the easiest thing to do. Once that clock gets run, it can go. Here's an option look. Arthur's going to pitch it out to Conan Weeks. He's got the edge. He's across the 20, the 15, 10. Touchdown, Pioneers. Just like that. 2 plays after the nice return. Weeks takes it in for the TD run on play number 2 of the drive. And Clare is already up 1 minute into this first quarter. It is 6-0 Pioneers with the extra point coming out for Dane Kruskamp. So Weeks with the big TD run after the big return from Aiden Van Baan. And it is already, Clare up 6-0 with the extra point coming up. Kick is up, and it is good. Nice hold out there from Alexander. It is 7-0 already. Clare with the lead. It only took them 2 plays. They obviously did not need a first down. It's Chris Bachman, Adam Gursky coming to you live from the Barbary Law Studios. We had kind of an abbreviated Woods Household pregame show. There were so many people on the phone connected to the internets when we tried going live, if you were with us, right at 6:45. It didn't work out so well, so we had to stop that YouTube stream. Then we went to just go live on Facebook. Still didn't work out so well. So we actually plugged into one of the Ethernet cords that was up here in the press box, and lucky enough for us, it's working out, baby. But got to give a big shout out to Woods Household Appliance. They're the sponsor of our pregame show. Pioneers, the Blue Jays. It's already 7-0, 1 minute into this game. And people from Shepherd, I'm a Shepherd alum, but I will also preface that my brother and my parents both live in Clare, so I feel like both of them kind of home now. Spent an awful lot of time up in the gateway of the North, Clare, Michigan. So kind of a home and home, it feels like, for this guy here tonight with the Blue Jays and the Pioneers. A battle that you are going to hear a whole lot on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network, whether it's on the football gridiron, whether it's on the volleyball court, the basketball court, the baseball or softball diamond. We're going to be bringing you as much Clare Pioneer Shepherd Blue Jay action as possible here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. So Shepherd's going to have a little bit different field position than Clare did. Clare started at the Shepherd 22-yard line after a short kick and a nice return from Aiden Van Bon. Shepherd will start with it at their own 21-yard line. 10:53 left to go here in the first quarter. Snap, hand it off to the deep back. Burns looking to find some room up the middle. He's got some room. Makes one man miss at the first down marker. Now he's across the 50-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds. A huge run on the first play of the game for the sophomore, Mr. Ty Burns. And that's what you needed for Shepherd. You want to start off good. It doesn't go well on the defensive side of the ball, so first play of the game, you're able to make something happen with Burns. Shepherd already across midfield on that Burns 30-plus yard run, I'm going to call it. So a great start for Shepherd offensively, now in Pioneer territory at the Clare 45-yard line. Mentioned that love given to the Woods Household Appliance pregame shows. Came on a little late. Also some love, Gates Drilling and Service. Our friends at Bill's Custom Fab. Talk about the Bill's Custom Fab fabrication of the game all night long. We'll have the Bird All-American Grill post-game show. Another run up the middle for the Blue Jays, and there is some room for the ball carrier, Bryce Smith, as he picks up 5 or 6 yards. And that is one thing, Shepherd, some of the lopsided matchups that they've had lately, when it's Ogama Heights or Standish Sterling, they're so big up front, those teams are. Clare has got some great size out there as well with Chase Randall, Colin Barber, Nick Sabish, Brendan Burton, and the crew, but maybe not the size of an Ogama Heights or a Standish Sterling. And so a couple of holes up the middle here in the early going for the Shepherd Blue Jays. Nice job by their offensive line. It's going to be a shotgun look now for the Blue Jays. Eisenberger lined up with a running back to each side. It's another handoff right up the middle to Ty Burns, and he's got first down yardage for the Blue Jays. And so 3 plays, 3 runs, a pair of first downs for Shepherd to start things off here on this drive, and not doing anything fancy, just plugging it right up the middle, running behind some of those big bodies like Frank Irvin, Chris Gall, Braddock Payne, to Williger, and the Swaffers. First down and 10 for the Jays at the Clare Pioneer 34-yard line. Also shot to J&J Auto, Konwinski Construction, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, Mount Pleasant Heating and AC, ENS Graphics, and GNS Mechanical. Shotgun look, jet sweep for Tristan Fisher. He's going to be brought down in the backfield. One Pioneer player came in and got a hold of him, and then coming in to clean it up was Ryan Lauch. And they're going to say it's Pioneer football. It's going to be a fumble, giving it back to the Pioneers. And so the Jays with a great start on the drive, but the first time they have a mishap, it's going to be a fumble in the scrum, recovered by Clare. And so the score will remain 7-0, but it's going to go right back to the Pioneers. And if you're the Blue Jays, that was a great start to the drive right there. Now the Pioneers get it back at their own 35-yard line. We've got 9:27 left to go in the first quarter. Dangerous spot here for the Blue Jays early. Watch out for Arthur to go deep here to Lauch or Halachek. Instead, they hand it off the middle to Van Bon. Van Bon with a big hole, and he always does a great job falling forward kind of carrying a tackler with him or dancing away from a tackle as he falls ahead. That was Bryce Smith on the tackle for the Blue Jays, but a great run on first down. It's going to be about a half yard short of first down yardage here on second down. Clark Modular Homes, Weefrich Financial, big shot to them, our two new biggest sponsors. So we got those sponsors going across the bottom. You see those logos, and I'll say it again. Think about going out and shopping, doing some business in Mid-Michigan. Think about those people that are supporting the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Van Bond spins off a tackle and another before he's brought down across the 50-yard line, eventually bringing him down for the Shepherd Blue Jays. It was Jace Deering on the tackle, but it will be first down yardage for the Pioneers. So they're now in Blue Jay territory. And Shepherd had a great start offensively. They picked up 2 first downs in 3 plays. Got across midfield down near the Pioneer 30-yard line before there was a fumble in the scrum. Tristan Fisher trying to run a jet sweep, got hit in the backfield. I think it might have been Louch that came in to punch it out for the Pioneers. Conan Weeks goes in motion. Now 3 wide receivers to the right for Jayden Arthur. He's looking that way. He's got time. He's going to go long to Louch. Defender out there. It's going to be incomplete. And Louch coming up a little limpy on that play as well. You do not want to see him go down for the Pioneers. He's going to come out for a play. Does look like he's able to put a little bit of power on that right leg, though. And so hopefully he is able to stay in this game, because that would be a big-time loss for the Pioneers, not just here in this game, but going forward as well, to be missing one of their star seniors. 8:16 left to go in our first quarter. Second down and 10. After the Pioneers miss long, Arthur looking for Louch. Remy Hayworth was out there in coverage as well for the Blue Jays. 4 wide again. They send a man in motion. It's Conan Weeks. They're going to pitch it to him, trying to get that outside edge. He's turned back inside, makes a nice cut. A really great play out there from the Blue Jays. It was Sam King kind of using a blocker to help him make the tackle. Really nice play from King. It's going to bring up third down for the Pioneers. If you're Shepherd, you would love to get a stop and force the punt here. That fumble, we'll see how big that comes into play. Usually something a little bit more exciting that's in the running for our Bill's Custom fabrication of the game, but a great play right there. Arthur in the gun, dropping back, looking to throw. He's got Weeks out there in the flat on the little out route. He stiff arms one man. He's got first down yardage, out of bounds. He's going to bring it into Blue Jay territory there now on the first down. Homecoming night here for the Shepherd Blue Jays, taking on the Clare Pioneers. Just a beautiful night here in Shepherd. Clare, not really much of a hurry here. Getting the play from the sideline. Arthur ready to go. He's got 3 wide lined up to his right. I believe it's Halachek lined up to his left. They're going to run it all the way with Van Baan up the middle. He's got a short game before he's brought down by a host of Blue Jays. Clock continued to run here in the second quarter. Shepherd trailing Clare 7-0. The second play of the game that went to the house for the Pioneers after they got a really nice kick return for Aiden Van Baan. And everybody watch out now as I'm joined on this broadcast by Shepherd Police Chief Luke Sawyer, going back to throw his Arthur. He completes it to Halachek. Halachek, a great job fighting away from one tackle and another before he's pushed out of bounds. Luke, thanks so much for joining me here on the new Mid-Michigan Sports Network. I appreciate it. I just kind of wanted to ask you, how did homecoming day, how the homecoming parade, kind of tell everybody about the festivities a little bit here.
Went well. The kids had a little get-together type thing during school, some games, some tug-of-wars, that kind of stuff, and great parade. Everybody had a good time, and now just looking for some good football.
Yep, and everybody was safe during the parade, which for you, that's the most important thing.
Yes, sir, that's the key.
Alexander goes in motion. They fake the handoff up the middle. Now they pitch to Alexander. He's got the outside edge across the 20, breaks tackle at the 15 before he's pushed out of bounds. And the Shepherd Blue Jay team, a little bit different record than Clare, but they've been so young on the year. You've been at a bunch of games. Talk about the fight that you've seen from these kids all throughout the game, no matter the score.
These kids don't give up. They're young. Sometimes you've got 18-year-olds playing against 14, 15-year-olds. I mean, there's just a difference in body size, but I think Coach Angel has a good thing going here and going to be good in the future.
Yep, yeah, like I said, I think 15 to the 22 to start the season. We're sophomores, only 4 seniors on the team. Very different from this Clare senior-laden team as they hand it off up the middle. We got a flag coming in, I believe, that's going to stop play here. But homecoming for a police chief, how stressful is that for you?
Yeah, it's not that bad overall. I mean, it's not like Maple Syrup Festival or anything like that. But, we just want everybody to have a good time. nobody do anything stupid. I'll be chaperoning the dance tomorrow, so about 400 kids will be there for that. So, but overall, we've got some great kids.
Yeah, and that's the most important thing when it comes to home. You want all the kids to have fun, but safety is the big thing there.
Absolutely. Have fun, but be safe.
Yep, and now, Pioneers here, have you been able to see them play much this year?
I have not, but I did see them come out of the locker room, and there's definitely some big young men that they've got for sure.
Yep, Jayden Arthur has got the ball right now, looking to the end zone. Now he's flushed out of the pocket. He's going to run this one, but he might have the edge. Blue Jays are giving chase, but Arthur is going to go into the end zone for another Pioneer touchdown. Now I was going to say 1, 3, 4, 9, some of the guys to watch for the Clare Pioneers. They've got a whole bunch of athletes. It kind of reminds me of when I'm going through their lineup. It's the same as Beale City. It's like, well, there's 6 or 7 guys that you need to try and
just
stop out there.
Definitely some skilled, fast young men for sure.
Yeah, but these Blue Jay youngsters continue to work. This is hopefully what they'll be doing in a couple
Absolutely.
years.
They put in a ton of work in the offseason, the weight room, and they're getting bigger, faster, stronger, and we've got a great future ahead.
Yep. Luke Slayer, thanks so much for joining me, man. I'll let you get back to it, but I saw you walk by, and you were just going to say hi. I said, oh, no, I'm making you throw on the headset for a minute,
anytime, buddy, anytime.
Appreciate it. Luke Slayer, the Shepherd Police Chief there, always doing great things for the Shepherd community, and the extra point is up and good. It is 14-0 Clare. We're going to take a break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network to hear from some of our sponsors, but we'll be back with more Pioneer Blue Jay football right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Jenna Gates.
And Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes. Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Pioneers getting ready to kick off with Crust Camp. They already lead it. Pardon me. Excuse me, peanut down the wrong hole there. 14-0 with 6:40 left in the first quarter. Kick is going to bounce out of bounds, so it'll be really good field position for Shepherd. Their own 35-yard line. But if you're just joining us, kind of here's what's been going down. Clare got the opening kickoff. It was a really nice return from Aiden Van Baan. 2 plays later, Conan Weeks, 25, 30-yard touchdown run or so. Shepherd got it. Shepherd's first play from scrimmage was a big run from Ty Burns, 30-plus yards or so. Another big run a couple plays later. It was 3 plays, 2 first downs, then a fumble gave it back to the Pioneers. And 8 plays later, they were into the end zone. It's now 14-0 Clare. 6:40 left to go first quarter. Shepherd coming out in the shotgun. 2 running backs in the backfield with Eisenberger. Hands it off up the middle. Nowhere for the ball carrier to go this time. Look to run the same play that they've maybe been successful with on the previous drive, but there was absolutely nowhere to go. Shout out the Bird All-American Grill in downtown Mount Pleasant. Said Allison Curtis texted me some updates as she has all year long for Shepherd Blue Jay games. I says, hey, I'm here. Come up in the booth and get on the air with me. That goes to all those sponsors out there. Anybody ever wants to come on the air and talk about why they are sponsoring high school sports, they are more than welcome to do so. We're going to have an all sides going against the Pioneers here, I believe. The ball wasn't really snapped. It was kind of a jump there, and so you don't hear the term lined up in the neutral zone very often, but maybe that's what happened there. But nonetheless, it's 5 free yards for the Blue Jays. They will take it. Instead of 2nd and 10, it is 2nd and 5. That's a big deal. Eisenberger trotting back out there with the play for the Jays. Get homecoming night here in Shepherd. The stands are absolutely packed. It is standing room only here at Shepherd High School tonight. Also a really nice crowd on the far side of the field for the Pioneers. Got timeout on the field. Waiting to see if that's an official timeout, a Pioneer timeout, or a Blue Jay timeout. But nonetheless, it's timeout. And what happened on that last play was kind of interesting. Clare was called, well, it was 5-yard pre-snap penalty, so I'm assuming Clare was called offsides. I saw a quick motion from one official. Then they marked off 5 yards. But usually the play gets snapped. I'm not sure Coach Springer what exactly he wants there. But nonetheless, Eisenberger, Remy Hayworth trotting back to the sideline. Or is he getting ready to line up? There's a little confusion out there with everybody right now. So thanks to more of our great sponsors here. Barry Funeral Home here in Shepherd, Boomer's Lawn Care, Doozy's Ice Cream Place, WW Construction, Rick's Food Center, Almost Up North and Stitches for Britches, the official Clare Pioneer Gear headquarters, Gross Farms and Brad Gross Electric, Schaefer's Bait and Sporting Goods, Bogwai Banga and Bradley, and the Fisher Companies, Central Concrete, Central Asphalt, and Fisher Transportation. It's the last I knew, Sacred Heart Academy in a lightning delay as well, and we'll see if we get any other updates coming from around the Mid-Michigan area. I know it was a big game for Ithaca taking on Saginaw Novell. Also a big game as Mount Pleasant headed all the way up to Traverse City to take on TC West. Mount Pleasant Oiler girls rolling in volleyball right now as they got another win last night over Bay City Central, sweeping them 3-0 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Big effort there on the run from Ty Burns as he just fights for extra yardage. He's going to be really close to the first down. I think they're going to give it to him. And it was the extra effort there from Ty Burns that gave it to the Blue Jays. He was a freshman who was up on varsity last year. He didn't see a ton of playing time, but you see it paying dividends now. All that varsity experience from last year, he can really run the football well. And a shot to his pops, Todd Burns. It's actually going to be a face mask going against the Pioneers as well, too. We're waiting to see him mark off the yards. Again, kind of strange here what's happening. They're moving the football back to the original line of scrimmage and now marking off yardage against Shepherd. And so I think it's going to be a penalty on Shepherd for 5 yards, and we're going to redo second down. Again, the white hat never went out there and actually made the official call. But nonetheless, here we go. Instead of second down and 5, it's now second down and 10 from Shepherd. And so we're right back where we started. Blue Jays head up to the line. And now we're ready to go. Shotgun look to hand it off to Burns again. Pretty much the same play. And Burns got a big hole. He's upended after 7 or 8 yards. Again, pretty much very similar outcome to the last play. Instead of second down and 5, it's second down and 10. So to bring up third down and short. And Shepherd finding something right now, right up the middle. Behind that strength, Grady Swaffer, Chris Gall, Braddock Payne, Frank Irvin. There's big, strong bodies out there for the Blue Jays. Third down and short. Under 5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Pioneers already lead Shepherd 14-0 here on homecoming night in Shepherd. Handoff goes to Burns again. He's got the hole. He jumps over a player for first down yardage. He's tackled at the 50-yard line before he's brought down. Ty Burns getting the yardage, but Clare making him work for it on that one, as the Blue Jays will move the chains. 14-0 our score. Ball right at midfield. And a big shout to Clark Modular Homes, friends at Weefrich Financial, the sponsors of the Zaid Batchelder Baller of the Game, the Woods Household Appliance pregame show, or the Bird All-American Grill postgame show, the Gates Drilling and Service halftime show, where we'll talk about who is in the running for the Bills Custom Fab fabrication of the game. And we're coming to you from the Barbary Law Studios, built by our friends at Konwinski Construction. Handoff up the middle. Bryce Smith looking for some room this time. Better job by the Clare defensive front on that run, kind of standing things up. Be a run of 2 or 3 for the Blue Jays on that first down. Again, if you're just joining us, it was a nice kick return from Aiden Van Bond to open the game for Clare. They got it at the Shepherd 22 on their first possession. It's 2 plays later, Conan Weeks into the end zone for a touchdown. Shepherd then had picked up 2 first downs on 3 plays, and then fumbled it on their 4th play. It was recovered by the Pioneers. 8 plays later, Jayden Arthur with a really nice touchdown run. There wasn't really anybody open, so he rolled out to his left, and it was wide open for the senior quarterback to scamper in for the touchdown. 14-0 our score. Remy Hayworth, the lone wide receiver, Halachek guarding him. Fake the handoff one way, and they go to Bryce Smith. He's going to have 4 or 5 yards. It's going to be another third down and short for the Blue Jays, and probably 4-down territory here, where you got 2 plays to pick up. I'll call it 3 yards for Shepherd here on third down. Bryce Smith coming out of the game. Another bigger body coming back in for the Blue Jays is going to be Zadok Powell. Trotting to the sideline for the play is Eisenberger. Now under 3 minutes remaining here in the first quarter as Eisenberger brings the play back out to the Blue Jay offense. 3rd down and 3. Got it at the Pioneer 43. It's right about where they had it the last time when they fumbled it. Shotgun look. Hand it off to Burns. There's going to be pre-snap whistle here. It's going to be a timeout coming from Shepherd. Shepherd looked like they had the hole they wanted as well, with Burns going around the edge after pouring it up the middle over and over and over again. Maybe try and send him around the edge, but that timeout is going to negate, well, the start of that play. So we'll keep it right here. Remain 3rd down for Shepherd, and a big 3rd down. Well, I'm not going to say a big 3rd down here because, again, I think they're going to go for it on 4th down if they don't get it on this play. 2:46 left to go in our first quarter. Clare already leads at 14-0. Keys to victory in this game. If you're the Pioneers, you're 5-1 playing a 1-5 team. You just need to come in and do what you do. For the Shepherd Blue Jays, you are going to need like a couple big plays to happen, I feel like. Maybe a turnover, some type of pick six that could happen, some type of mishap fumble or mishap punt return. Again, they're the big favorites in this one. And you come in at 5-1 playing a 1-5 team. Played a lot of similar opponents. That's just the way it's going to be. Right now, Shepherd's kind of found something running up front, running right up the middle. Noah Judge doing a good job at center. Mentioned some of those other big bodies around him as well. Here comes the 3rd down and 3 play. 2:46 left to go in our first quarter. Pioneers lead it 14-0 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network inside our Barbary Law Studios. Looks like Deering is out there at fullback for the Jays. They hand it off. Burns got 1st down yardage for Shepherd as he goes inside the 40. It's brought down by a couple Pioneer players, including Brody Allen. And so it's been tough sledding. 6 plays, but 2 first downs for Shepherd as they've been able to move it down the field a little bit here against this Pioneer team. Eisenberger quickly back in with the play. Also substituting in is going to be Brady Robinson. Burns along with Eisenberger in the backfield. Burns kind of switching sides a couple times. It's a shotgun look for Shepherd. It's in Deering in motion, a wing back position kind of right behind the left guard. Now running it that way. Burns loses his footing for a minute, but does a good job of planting his hand into the ground to move forward for a couple extra yards. And you go back to week 2 when Shepherd played Millington, Ty Burns didn't have any room to run. He's had a little bit of space here and there in this first quarter, and you really see the ability of the sophomore to find that extra yard or 2 out there that's such a big deal for a high school running back. And he ended up picking up 5 on that one. It probably should have been 2, maybe 3 yards. Shotgun look once again for the Jays. Remy Hayworth, the lone wide receiver. Halachek, one-on-one coverage with him. Hand it off to Burns again. Looking to pour it up the middle. He's going to be stopped near the line of scrimmage this time. Another good job by the defensive front of Clare. Van Bon in the middle of that pile for the Pioneers, as the middle linebacker often is. It's now 3rd down and 5. No gain on that play for Shepherd. Again, this has got to be 4-down territory here. Bryce Smith coming back into the game for the Blue Jays as Mason Eisenberger trots back out with the play. Now under a minute remaining here, first quarter. 14-0 our score. Shepherd on the move, though. Kept it on the ground, I believe, every one of these 8 plays. 2 wide to the left for Eisenberger. Looking to run some misdirection, but it's on the ground. It's fumbled. Brody Allen picks it up. There was players all around when they tried making the handoff to Ty Burns to Bryce Smith, and it was fumbled out of there. I don't know if Smith really ever had a hold of it before he ended up losing the football, but it was swatted out of there, and all over it was Mr. Brody Allen, the junior. And so another fumble is going to give it back to Clare. So 2 times now, Shepherd has been able to move it, but fumbles ultimately stymie the drive, recovered by Clare, and it's now 14-0 Pioneers, and they get the ball back. Their own 35-yard line with 38 seconds left to go. Hand off to Aiden Van Baan, looking to find some room on the far side. Not really a whole lot there. And that could be the final play of the first quarter. We will see, but right now, a great job by the Clare Pioneers. Bending and not breaking. Shepherd being able to move it up the middle, but now 2 times Shepherd running backs have been stripped of the football, and it's gone back to the Pioneers. Under 10 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, I do not think Clare is going to run another play. So when we come back for the second quarter, it'll be 2nd down and 5 for the Pioneers, their own 39-yard line. They already lead the Shepherd Blue Jays 14-0 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Konwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Konwinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes who will be leading our community tomorrow. Konwinski Construction on Gopher Parkway, Mount Pleasant.
Hi, I'm Attorney Joe Barbary. Just like doctors specialize in areas of medicine, at Barbary Law, we specialize in getting you the best possible results. If you've been injured by someone else's negligence, you owe it to yourself and your family to call our legal team. At Barbary Law, we focus on one thing, and that's getting you the compensation you deserve. Every case we take personally.
My attorney is Joe Barbary, he can be yours too.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. End of one here. Pioneers up 14-0. Same score in Beale City as Beale City leads Leroy Pine River 14-0. Big shout out to Nate Batchelder for giving me some love, shouting me out on that, and for also giving some love to his son, Zaid Batchelder. Zaid Batchelder, baller of the game. We always talk about that in the post game. Brought to you by our friends at Weefrich Financial. You want to be a baller like Zaid? Go talk to Brian and the crew at Weefrich Financial. And 8:37 left to go in the first quarter. They are underway in Mount Pleasant. Morris on top of Sacred Heart Academy. Big game for Sacred Heart Academy. They fall the 3 losses on the year, and they could be in trouble, missing the 8-man D2 playoffs as only 16 teams get in. Comes a shotgun look for Clare. Going to throw a little quick out. Dane Alexander now looking for the wide receiver throw, and it's wide open. Going to the end zone. The Pioneers actually chasing him down. It's going to be poked out, and it's going to go out of the back of the end zone, or is it recovered? We're going to wait to see the call from the official here. Will he call it a touchback? He will call it a touchback. Oh, my goodness, the hustle from the Blue Jays. Never giving up on the play was Ty Hardapee. Mandy Hardapee, she got to be proud on that one as he comes back to punch that one out. And it should have been 21-0, Clare. Going in for the touchdown was Porter Harsh, but not giving up on the play was Hardapee. Ooh, you talk about the Bills Custom fabrication of the game. Ooh, I know Jessica Vautry and Mandy Hardapee are friends as well. What hustle from Hardapee on that one. That is one of those plays that I'm never, ever going to forget. They had a little bit of the Don Beebe in the Super Bowl on there, so it's 14-0. Shepherd gets it back at their own 20-yard line with 11:45 left to go in the second quarter. And Harsh was going to the end zone, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Hardapee just charging downfield, trying to chase him down into the old Peanut Tillman punch from the back to send it flying out of the back of the end zone. Clare almost recovered it, but here we go. Shepherd, chance to stay in this game. It's 14-0, 11:45 left second quarter. Burns gets the handoff, finds a little bit of room on the outside edge. Big hit on the far side from Van Baan, but it may have been a little late on that far side. It was Van Baan along with Ethan Reeves kind of closing in on the ball carrier there, Ty Burns, as he went out of bounds. So a little bit of momentum going the Blue Jays' way right now, despite trailing 14-0 to this really strong Pioneer team. In other games in action tonight, Beale City up 14-0 at the end of one over Leroy Pine River. Sacred Heart trailing Morris as they got started late due to a lightning delay. Mount Pleasant at TC West, and Ithaca 6-0 hosts a 6-0 Saginaw Novell team. Looking at some scores and whatnot, you asked me for a favorite in that game. I would definitely say the favorite in that game is the Ithaca Yellow Jackets. Played a little bit stiffer competition than Saginaw Novell. But again, Saginaw Novell is 6-0 for a reason. I'm going to mark off that yardage, so it will be first down for the Shepherd Blue Jays. 11:38 left to go in our second quarter. Shepherd has had 2 fumbles on 2 drives. Been able to move it a little bit both times. Both times came up stymied. Now 3 fumbles, I guess, in this game. As I think about it, all of them going back the other way as well. Looking for some room up the middle as Ty Burns and Chase Randall and some others kind of close that one out. But again, Burns just continues to fight. He does not go down. Go forward. I don't think they're going to give him the forward progress, though. Conan Weeks ended up coming up with a football. He wanted to take it with him. And so, again, that should have been nothing, but give maybe a half yard or so out there to Burns. 2nd down and 9. Again, Burns probably closing in on 50 yards already or so tonight, and he's really, really had to work out there for it. Blue Jays heading up to that line. Judge at his center position. To the quarterback. 2 running backs in the backfield. Now they motion a man up to the tight end position. They send Jace Deering in motion that way as well. I imagine they're going to be running it to the right with Ty Burns here. They do. He's turned back to the middle and nowhere for him to go this time. A whole host of Pioneers there to help bring down the ball carrier. It's going to bring up 3rd down and long for the Blue Jays. 10:25 left to go here in the first quarter. Second quarter, pardon me. Shout out to my buddy Adam Gursky throwing up the deuce. And the stream doesn't look as fantastic as it usually does. Yeah, we did drop down the quality a little bit to make sure things stayed up there. So we have a little bit of connection issues. So we continue to work things out here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. But what do they tell us? Like, our internet connection is not going to get any worse, right? It's just going to keep getting better and better. And so we'll continue to hope for that. Pioneers looking to throw it. Eisenberger just kind of whips it up there as he's getting hit on the play. It's going to be incomplete as they were looking for the tunnel screen to Remy Hayworth. That's going to bring up 4th down and a definite punting situation for the Blue Jays. So Shepherd gets the turnover, but they aren't able to do anything with it. Pioneers are going to get it right back deep to receive the kick is Conan Weeks for the Pioneers. You do want to see Ryan Louch back out there, but he did have a little hitch in his get-up earlier. I'm not sure how much we're going to see him back in this game. Solid punt from the Blue Jays from Bailey. He's going to take a roll down to the 25-yard line before it is downed by Ty Hardepy. I think still has the play of the game despite Shepherd trailing. Porter Harsh was running free to the end zone, and Hardepy came up out of nowhere to make the play to punch it out of the back of the end zone. So if you're a college recruiter here watching, I feel like that's one of the things you really think about, you really see as a kid putting in that type of effort. 9:42 left to go in the second quarter. Pioneers back out there with their 4th possession. Scored on the first 2, fumbled on the 3rd one, going into the end zone on the big trick play. Rain's starting to fall now here in Shepherd. Hand off to Heinz. He's looking to get that outside edge. Nice job keeping him inside and making the tackle as well by Mr. Sam King. Sam King's made a couple nice plays out there for the Blue Jays as you think about that Weber Brothers Sawmill timber of the game. King making some good plays, but also Chase Randall out there. Always one of my favorites for the Weber Brothers Sawmill timber of the game because you go from playing wide receiver, playing on the line, or a little tight end wide receiver last year probably, to playing on the line. Just the heart, the commitment that shows to the team. I just absolutely love it. And so every Clare game that we do, Chase Randall is going to be showered with praise. 9:30 left to go, second quarter. 14-0 our score. It's like they're marking off some penalty yardage against the Pioneers. And a whole lot of penalty yardage being marked off against the Pioneers. An unsportsmanlike conduct going against Clare. 14-0 remains our score. Big shout to our friends Clark Modular Homes, Gates Drilling and Service, Bill's Custom Fab, and the Bird All-American Grill, along with the friends at Bryce Updegraff and at Joe Wentworth with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, Isabella Bank, All Seasons Fireworks, The Diner, and Block Electric, along with our friends at Mount Pleasant Public Schools. Need parapros and substitute teachers, and also hiring bus drivers that have paid training as well. Man in motion for Clare. They fake it to him. Arthur looking to pour it off to the right side. He's into the open field. Across the 30, across the 40. Hardapee giving chase. He's going to push him out of bounds at the 30-yard line of Shepherd. And a huge run from Arthur, his second of the day. First one went for a touchdown. This one goes for about 50-plus down the sideline. And again, though, another touchdown-saving tackle from Mr. Ty Hardapee as he really shows the speed out there from his defensive back position. Chain gang quickly trotting down there. First down 10 for the Pioneers, and the clock will start again once they get it set. First down and 10 inside the Shepherd 30-yard line for Arthur and the crew. 4 wide. 2 to his right, 2 to his left. Van Bond in the backfield. They send Dane Alexander in motion to the right. Now looking back to the left for the double move for Halachek. He's open. He catches it at the 5. Rolls into the end zone. Touchdown, Pioneers. Arthur hits Halachek for the touchdown. And the Pioneers are now in control, 20-0. Shepherd got that fumble, tried to make something happen offensively, but they just couldn't do it. And so now the Pioneers in cruise control a bit now, 20-0 here in the second quarter. Back out there for the extra point is Cruscamp, pardon me. We are ready to go. The rain came down for a split second, and now it looks like it's kind of all gone away again. Just a quick mist, I'll say, hitting all the fans. Everybody put up the umbrellas, and now most all of them are put away. Burns heading back out there defensively for the Blue Jays on this extra point. Dane Alexander with the hold. Cruscamp ready for the kick. Good snap, good hold. The kick is good. 21-0. Pioneers on top of Shepherd. Not going the way you want on homecoming night if you're a Blue Jay. Going exactly how you want it if you're, well, maybe not exactly how you want it if you're Pioneer, but the Pioneers are in control. We're going to take a break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Back right after this. The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant. Good luck to all of our local athletes from Bill's Custom Fab.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Here comes the kick from Cruscamp. It's going to be fielded at the 15-yard line by the Blue Jays. And a big hit out there. The helmet comes flying off of both players. That was actually the kicker. Cruscamp in on the tackle as we talk about the J&J Auto Collision Report. Oh, man. Dane Cruscamp absolutely with a haymaker out there. Oh, man. Shepherd will take over at their own 27-yard line. But, oh, man, one more time, J&J Auto Collision Report. That's the biggest hit I've seen so far this year. Cruscamp coming down and making the tackle on his own kick. Shotgun look again for the Jays. They've been in this formation with the 2 running backs in the backfield using Jace Deering as a lead blocker, and he's done a great job creating space for Ty Burns. Burns with another short carry here. And the Blue Jays can still stick with this game plan right now despite trailing 21-0. Clare did get the football to start the game. So if Shepherd somehow come down here and score, are able to hold Clare, maybe it's 21-7 going into the half. Still a lot of time left here, though, in the second quarter. Blue Jays make a couple substitutions out there on the defensive line for the Pioneers. Got Chase Randall along with Dylan Cruscamp. Shotgun look for Eisenberger. They're going to send a man in motion. Fake it to him on the jet sweep. Now looking to throw it over the middle. Pass is going to be tipped, and it's intercepted by the Pioneers. Coming up with the interception for Clare is going to be Mr. Joey Bushy, and he's got a chance. He will go to the house. Touchdown, Clare, on the pick six from Joey Bushy. Oh, my, that turn in a hurry. I just talked about if you're Shepherd, maybe you put together the drive. But oh, no, says Mr. Joey Bushy as he takes the interception to the house. That's the second interception just I've seen from Joey Bushy this year. He had a great interception going back against Grayling in week 1. And Clare, just like that, now make it 28-0. And I mentioned being in cruise control moments ago. They're definitely in cruise control right now as they lead at 27-0 with Crustcamp out there for the extra point as well. It is up and it is good. 28-0. That kind of turn in a hurry right there on the pick six. It is now 28-0. Clare Pioneers. We're going to take another quick break. Be back with more Pioneer Blue Jay football right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes. Mount Pleasant Heating and Air Conditioning has been family-owned and serving mid-Michigan since 1962. They're dedicated to providing the best possible solution for your home or business. Mount Pleasant Heating and Air Conditioning is locally owned and supports our local community. For all of your heating and air conditioning needs, call Mount Pleasant Heating and Air Conditioning at 989-772-2881.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. It's all Clare all the time here in the early going. They lead at 28-0. Little pooch kick will be recovered by the Shepherd Blue Jays as they'll start another possession here. 7:51 left to go in the second quarter. And as I just talked moments ago, hey, Shepherd able to move it a little bit. Maybe they can do this, that. Well, now I'm already starting to think, well, you might be looking at that running clock to start the second half if Shepherd cannot get something going offensively here on this drive or the next drive. So with the way Clare has been able to move it, I don't think we're going to see Shepherd stopping them too many times here in this first half with all the starters out there. One thing that's crazy to think about, Clare has also had a fumble out of the end zone as well. 28-0 our score now. A pistol formation out there for the Blue Jays. We've got a flag coming in. It'll be a false start. They'll back up the Blue Jays 5 more yards. But one thing you're not going to see stop here with this young Blue Jay team is the effort of the young players out there. They're going to continue to fight and fight and fight no matter what the score is, no matter what the time is. And still don't see Louch out there defensively for Clare. And with the lead now, they probably don't need to bring one of the senior stars that they've got back in. I said he had a little hitch in the giddy-up after going for a long pass very early in the game. That's something to think about going towards the future. He still is on the sideline walking around over there, but it's one of the key players for the Pioneers. You want to make sure he is good to go going forward. Ty Burns gets the handoff, and he gets bowled over, but it takes 3 or 4 Pioneers. Ty Burns just continues to run tough out there for the Shepherd Blue Jays, doing everything he can for his team. It's just been tough sledding all the way around. Picks up maybe 2 on that one. So we're up second down, 13-14 here as Eisenberger comes back in with the play for the Blue Jays. In Big Love, Clark Modular Homes, Weefrich Financial, Woods Household, Appliance up in Clare, friends at the Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, Bill's Custom Fab, and Gates Drilling and Service, and a Barberry Law Firm for being big sponsors of what we're doing here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Tristan Fisher trying to get that outside edge. He's got it. Hit hard by Conan Weeks as he goes out of bounds. A little J&J Auto collision report there for Mr. Conan Weeks. Was a decent gain on the carry. It's going to make it third down and manageable for the Blue Jays here. And they have picked up several first downs on some drives. But this is a biggie right here. Still near midfield. Feel like if they be really risky to go for it out of 4th and 1 here. But again, with the score, kind of maybe a why not situation. Eisenberger's got to play for this 3rd down and 3. Halachek been one-on-one with Remy Hayworth all night long. Eisenberger hands it off to Burns. Burns got first down yardage. Again, Ty Burns did a really great job of being patient and waiting for that block of Deering to set up in front of him. It did, and he kind of squirted through a little teeny hole out there to pick up first down yardage. Again, Ty Burns right now is probably 13 carries for 56, 60 yards. He is absolutely battling out there for the Shepherd Blue Jays. 28-0 our score here. Blue Jays heading up for a first down play. Hey, Walt. And I'm going to make another one of my big sponsors here, Berry Funeral Home, jump on the air with me here. Mr. Walt Berry here on homecoming night. And we got to catch back up to talk to new Shepherd Hall of Fame, but just saw you there, and you were one of the very first sponsors I had. And look over at that long list now. We're getting up to 40 of them or so here. And so thank you so much for the support. And not the start that we want from the Blue Jays here, but again, a young team, and they just continue to fight and battle out there. And I imagine you, like me, the play you saw from Ty Hardapee chasing that guy down, that's what football, that's what high school sports is all about, that kind of effort there.
Absolutely. You know, the first thing I did was reach over. I'm like, who was that? Who was that reminiscent of? For Don Beebe from the Super Bowl, right? You probably went right there, too.
Yep, I absolutely did.
Because that type of play happens once in a blue moon. That's a rare play. And nice speed, too.
Yep. Fake the handoff up the middle to Burns, go to Bryce Smith. Not really a whole lot of room. Again, I'm going to sound like a little bit of the Shepherd homer here, and I keep making the joke of, well, my brother and my parents live in Clare now, so it's kind of like a double home game for me. But these Blue Jay boys continue to fight, and real quick here, got about 15 seconds. That Hall of Fame class, can you run through it real quick, the new ones that you just kind of put in?
The ones we just put in, on the spot there.
Yeah, I'm putting you on the spot here.
So we put in
I know Mr. Harris is one of the big deals as coach and whatnot.
Mr. Harris was last year. This year, the coaches for this year was actually our former football coaches, the football greats. We put them all in together. Gene Hackney was the head coach for a long time, but we put in as a longtime assistants with him too, Ron Patrick and his brother Glenn Hackney as well. So they're the coaches went in. They were kind of the headliners that a lot of people would have came back to see those guys. We had two wrestlers, brothers, Ryan Kerrigan, which everyone in Shepherd affectionately knows as Bubba, and his brother Dan Kerrigan, older brother Dan. They were in there. Let's see here. Our women that we had in were Ann Simon, Shibley, I should say now. She was Simon back in the day, and she had the half-mile record here for about 38 years, and then had the CMU half-mile record, 800 record for 10 years.
Oh, wow.
And then Earlene Seeley was another female athlete that got in, and of course Earlene runs the concessions here and does always is like the person who just volunteers her time to help out with the concessions here at Shepherd. So she does a lot of volunteer stuff here at the school. So which I didn't even realize that, by the way, until I got to know her through the Hall of Fame stuff. And then Gary Norton, was another. Gary Norton was one of two people ever to be all-state in all three sports.
So football, basketball, baseball,
football, wrestling, track.
All right.
And he was actually a Hall of Famer at Saginaw Valley, and he actually made the third round of cuts on the 1985 Dallas Cowboys team after graduating from Saginaw Valley. He was an undrafted athlete, got an invite to the Dallas Cowboys training camp, was practicing with Too Tall Jones and Tom Landry.
And so if he was playing football now, he'd be on a pro team because you look at how much bigger the rosters are and stuff like that. I got my old Buck 92 partner, Brett Heibel, right next to us. I always ask people when they want to know about his football acumen, I always say he tackled Walter Payton. And you don't really need to say anything more than that. But Berry Funeral Home, we got a timeout here for big fourth down play coming up for Shepherd. They really need to convert, but why do you support high school sports at Berry Funeral Home?
Well, it's high school sports is just a part of the whole experience. I mean, when it takes a village to raise a kid, right? And there's just so much there's so many invaluable lessons you can get from being a part of a team. There's nothing like being a part of a team. There's nothing like having not just being on a team, but having a coach that can give you all kinds of life lessons. There's just nothing like it.
And to be honest, here comes the throw from Eisenberger. Get it out to Remy Hayworth. He's looking for first down yards. He's not going to get it. He's going to be brought down. And I'll bring this up. You got a turnover on downs here for Shepherd. These kids are learning a whole lot about life right now, being down 28-0, and in a situation where there's nothing you can do but continuing to fight. And I always, the thing I say is getting fired from a job stinks, but I think losing a football game like this stinks even more. So what these kids are learning right now at 13, 14, they're going to get fired at some point in their life. You know, maybe they're 28, maybe they're 30 years old. They can always think back to, well, at least I'm not getting shoved down the field on this one as well, too. Like I said, I think those life lessons that you learn for playing football and just going out there and battling can go so far as Pioneers are back out there on offense, and they have been rolling as they hand off to Conan Weeks. He looks to get that outside edge. He's brought down by Sam King after a 5-6-yard gain there.
Well, you know, I always think of winning as being relative, and you know, we see a Clare team here. It's the stout Clare team. For the Jays, they've had a stout opponent every week. You know, they're in real tough competition. Winning's always relative, but you know the lessons you have that when you keep fighting, I mean, our guys are getting drilled a lot, but our guys are still laying on some hits themselves, and you know, you want to build that attitude of anytime, any place, anywhere. And if we're going to get beat, they got to drag us off this field by our hair, kicking and screaming.
Yep.
And I kind of feel like they're building that culture. It really just got to build that culture, and we're a young squad, and you know, hopefully. You know, I believe Coach Angel. Hopefully, he's building something special, and you know, it's not something that's built in a day.
Yeah. And this Clare team, this is our third time seeing them. They absolutely rolled Grayling earlier this year. They lost just barely to Ogama Heights in a late touchdown. That was just a big-time battle. And so this is a Clare team that has a chance to make a deep run in the playoffs, and you can see it here in the first half as they lead Shepherd 28-0. High snap, they get it down from Arthur. He gets it to Heinz. Heinz is going to pick up 2 or 3. And that's one thing that I noticed from that Shepherd offensive front. The guys that we've got out there, when you've got, I'm trying to look it up now, I'm looking at the wrong, Frank Irvin, Chris Gall, Grady Swaffer, Braddock Payne, they've done a pretty good job up front against this Clare team, but the athletes that the Pioneers got, when you get it out to Halachek, you get it out to Arthur, Van Bon gets in the open field, they just got a whole lot of athletes, and I didn't even mention the quarterback Arthur, who's got a couple big runs, as Heinz is now into the open field with a big run deep into Blue Jay territory for the Pioneers. Big run there for Mason Heinz, but I'll let you get back to it, Walt, but when I saw you come up here just like Chief Sawyer, I was like, no, get over here. Grab a microphone and chat with me for a minute, man, and really appreciate the support from Barry Funeral Home, and if anybody's got that stuff going on right now, you guys here for people, and you know one of the toughest parts of their life is how they go about getting a hold of you guys at Barry Funeral Home.
Right.
All right, appreciate it, Walt.
Care,
Thanks
Chris.
so much, man.
Thanks for having me.
Another big shout out to Walt Berry joining me there for a couple minutes here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. And again, he was one of the first guys when I went and talked to him and kind of told him about this idea. He was like, yeah, I want to be in. Let me know what I can do to support you. And so a big shout out to him. Quick throw out to Howitt. He gets one block. He gets another nice block downfield, and he's going to go into the end zone for a touchdown. On the far side, that was Brody Allen, making a huge block in the open field to spring Howitt for the TD, and it is now 34-0 Clare with 2:40 left to go here in the first quarter. Woo! Out there for the extra point once again is Kruskamp, along with Dane Alexander on the hold. And Alexander, the sophomore, will probably be playing quarterback next year for the Pioneers. We saw how good he can throw the football earlier in this game. That long trick play ended up going out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The extra point is good. It is 35-0 Clare. They are absolutely dominating right now with 2:40 left to go in the second quarter. We're going to take another quick break on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Back with more high school football action right after this. Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top-quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher Day or give them a call at 989-317-8582.
GNS Mechanical in Wademan offers service and installation on everything for your home and business. From a simple filter replacement to furnace, central air service, and install, geothermal, and walk-in coolers and freezers. If you have a need, GNS Mechanical has a solution. Learn more at gnsmechanical.com or call 989-644-2106.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Here comes a return for the Blue Jays. Not a whole lot of room for the returner. Going to bring it up to the 25-yard line. That is where the Jays will start with 2:40 left to go here in the first half. They trail it 35-0. It's been all Clare all the time. First touchdown went to Conan Weeks. Jayden Arthur had a big touchdown run. Then it was going to be a big touchdown for Porter Harsh, but it was knocked out of the back of the end zone by Hardapee. And then it was Arthur connecting with Halachek for a touchdown, a pick six from Joey Bushy. And then Colin Howitt just took it in for a TD, 35-0. Pioneers on top of the Blue Jays. 3 running backs now in the backfield with Eisenberger in the gun. Looking for 2 lead blockers out there now for Burns. They hand it off to him. He's going to pick up 2 or 3 before he's brought down. And if you're Shepherd with the score the way it is now, you're not trying to launch it downfield or anything crazy here on this possession. You just want to keep possession until the half, I feel like, at this point. If you end up getting some points, that's fantastic. And Blue Jays will get the ball to start the second half. It will start with a running clock with our lopsided 35-0 score. Eisenberger quickly out with the play. Again, other games going on. Mount Pleasant's at TC West. Beal was up on Leroy Pine River. Sacred Heart trailed Morris last I knew. In Ithaca and Saginaw Novell, a battle of undefeated showdowns for the Tri-Valley Blue Conference Championship. Ty Burns with a nice move at the line of scrimmage, but again, after that initial missed tackle made by Burns, he's brought down right away. I'm going to continue to say it. Ty Burns is a really impressive running back out there right now for Shepherd. When the hole's not there, he finds a way to get a yard, to get 2 yards, to get 3 yards. If there is a hole there, he's really able to make something happen. 1:20 left to go in the first quarter. Not a whole lot of hurry from this Blue Jay offense as it's 3rd down and 8. Judge ready to snap the ball to Eisenberger. Remy Hayworth out there at wide receiver. And quickly throw it over. Going to be complete nowhere for the receiver to go after Brady Robinson makes the catch. That's going to bring up 4th down and 8 for the Blue Jays. Most likely going to have to punt it away here. Clock is stopped for a moment. It was the Pioneers possibly taking a timeout. Didn't see the exact call there, but we will have a timeout on the field. We'll keep it right here. Allow me to thank some more of our great sponsors that make it possible for me to bring you these games. Start with Walt Berry a few minutes ago. Big shout out to Berry Funeral Home, sponsor of what we do here. All our friends, Joe Wentworth, Praedom Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, Isabella Bank, All Seasons Fireworks, That Diner, Block Electric, Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, Hanging by a Thread, friends at Bryant Family Farms. Still need to get your mom a mum. They're open tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. See if myself and Adam Gursky got some time to go there after we go hit up Woods Household up in Clare in the morning. And also shout to Clark Modular Homes and Weefrich Financial, the Bird All-American Grill, Bill's Custom Fab, Gates Drilling and Service, and Barberry Law. Mount Pleasant Public Schools, also a supporter of everything that we're doing here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network, whether we're bringing you Mount Pleasant football action or anything else. They want to support what's going on here and want you to know that they are hiring. One of the biggest employers in Isabella County. Need to get yourself a job. A great place to do it is at Mount Pleasant Public Schools. And if you want to be a bus driver, they're having paid training for bus drivers right now. So as soon as you get hired, you are ready to roll. We got our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report coming right up here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Comes the punt from the Blue Jays. It's a really good one. Back deep to receive is going to be Conan Weeks. He won't be able to receive it. It's going to go out of bounds at the Pioneer 45-yard line. They keep walking it up. The 49-yard line. Yeah, not a bad punt from Jay Bailey. Or pardon me, that's his pops. That's Jay Bailey. Not a bad punt out there from John Bailey. But the score remains 35-0. I don't think we're going to see Clare try and go to the air or do anything special here. But the way they've been able to move the football, they're definitely a threat to put it into the end zone again here with the 46 seconds they've got. And they do have 2 timeouts. They got it pretty much at midfield. And they will come out in the gun. Arthur at quarterback. Heinz in the backfield with him. Porter Harsh, Conan Weeks at wide receiver. Dropping back, looking to throw is Arthur. He's going to go long. Bombs it towards Allen, and Allen jumps up and makes the catch at the 20. And they're actually fighting for the football, but Allen comes down with it. And so a huge pitch and catch. Coming up with that play was Brody Allen, who had a fumble recovery earlier, but a huge catch from Allen going for the distance. And now Clare is set up inside the 20, a chance to put more points on the board before halftime. Arthur in the gun, 4 wide, 2 to each side. He's got Alexander lined up in the slot to his right. He's got Conan Weeks lined up in the slot to his left. And Clare ready to go before the chain game's ready to go. Talk about that best seat in the house, brought to you by Woods Household Appliance. Those guys over there on the chain gain, they definitely have the best seat in the house. Brought to you by Woods Household Appliance in Clare. First down and 10. Caught the 13-yard line for the Pioneers. Coach Angel wanted an explanation from the official. He got it, and now we're ready to go. And watch Alexander lined up to the right. I'm going to quickly throw it over there. It's going to be into the dirt looking for Porter. Harsh was Jayden Alexander. Player in the backfield immediately for the Blue Jays is giving chase as well. It's going to bring up second down and 10. Again, Clare looking to go to the air here despite the big lead. 33 seconds left to go in the second quarter. I think what Coach Spranger, Coach Wise, and the crew are thinking is, hey, we get another touchdown here. Even if Shepherd comes out and scores on their first drive, that clock will continue to run. 4 wide again for Arthur. He's rolling to his right. Quick throws over to Harsh. Harsh dives for the pylon. It's going to be a catch and a first down, but he's not going to get into the end zone. Another pitch and catch for first down yards. Now first down and goal for the Pioneers. They still have 2 timeouts remaining. There's 25 seconds left to go in the first half. And again, it has been all Clare. 35-0. They lead it here in the first half. Chance to go in for another score here. Arthur's lined up in the gun, same 4 wide. In the backfield with him is Mason Hines. Hines gets the handoff, looks to charge into the end zone. He's not going to get there. So 5th play of the drive coming up. A little bit of a hole out there for Mason Hines, so we do have a timeout on the play coming from the Pioneers. We'll keep it right here as we close it in on our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report. And these Shepherd Blue Jays continue to fight out there, but they are overmatched against this really, really strong Clare Pioneer team. And with the timeout, can kind of start our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report here a bit and kind of reset things for you here. It's a big return from Aiden Van Bond to open the game for the Pioneers. Conan Weeks had a touchdown run 2 plays later. Shepherd got the ball at their own 21-yard line, had picked up 2 first downs on 3 plays. Ty Burns had a big run, 30-plus yards or so to get into Pioneer territory. There was a fumble on the jet sweep. Clare recovered it. 8 plays later, Jayden Arthur took it in for maybe an 18-yard, 20-yard touchdown run. And then it was another fumble recovered by Clare on Shepherd's next possession as they picked up a couple more first downs. The next possession for the Pioneers, it was a big play, a little trick play. Arthur threw it to Alexander, who threw it long to Harsh, but a great hustle from Hardapee as he came down to knock it out of the end zone. And then getting into the end zone there is Hines for the Pioneer touchdown. It is now 41-0. So I continue to run things back for you here. So what hustle from Ty Hardapee to create the fumble. It kept it 14-0. Shepherd then picked up a first down on the first play, then went 3 and out and had to punt it back to the Pioneers. Jayden Arthur had a 50-yard or so run on the first play of the drive. The second play of the drive, he hit Jacob Halachek for a touchdown. The very next play from scrimmage after the kickoff was a pick 6 from Joey Bushy, and that was the game that kind of took everything out of it. And that extra point is no good. Trying to make it happen was Addy Boyd coming up just a bit short out there. So it's 41-0 with 13 seconds left to go in the first half. Back to my little drive breakdown. Just mentioned it was a pick 6 from Joey Bushy that made it 28-0. Shepherd then turned it over on downs, giving Clare the ball at their own 40-yard line. Colin Howitt took it in for a TD 5 plays later. Shepherd then went 3 and out and had to punt it right back to Clare with just 46 seconds left to go in the first half. 5 plays later, big catch from Brody Allen, and it was Mason Hines going in for the TD run. The extra point, no good. Our score, 41-0 with 13 seconds left to go in the first half. And an update coming from Traverse City. The Oilers down at the half, 18-13, taking on TC West. As Saginaw Valley League, just an absolute battle this year. And Mount Pleasant lost to Midland Dow, blasted Traverse City Central. Traverse City Central beat Midland Dow. Again, just a crazy Saginaw Valley League this year. A nice kick from the Pioneers and Crustcamp that bounces in a perfect spot. Just diving on it to save the play for the Blue Jays was Wes Cluley. 9.4 seconds left to go, second quarter. 9.4 seconds till our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report. And right now it is all Pioneers. We'll have a running clock to start the second half. When do the Blue Jays get it? And with the type of lead that they've got, Pioneers do, I don't think we're going to see Shepherd come out and try and do anything tricky, try and do anything special. Will prevent defense right now from the Pioneers. Handoff still goes to Ty Burns anyway. Does a good job kind of pushing his blocker to where he needs to be to pick up decent yardage. But that is going to bring us to the end of the first half. It's all Clare all the time. They lead it 41-0. Time right now for our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Jenna Gates
and Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Konwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Konwinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes who will be leading our community tomorrow. Konwinski Construction on Gover Parkway, Mount Pleasant. Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes. Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher today or give them a call at 989-317-8582. For over 4 decades, ENS Graphics has delivered confidence, trust, and peace of mind by providing their customers with expert service and using state-of-the-art technology. We all know in sports, what's on the inside counts the most. But when it comes to your business, school, organization, what's on the outside does matter. If your business needs anything printed, ENS Graphics can do it. If you want your club, team, organization to look good, ENS can help with that. They take your vision and make it their mission. ENS Graphics, a proud supporter of the Mid-Michigan community and their local athletes. Visit ENS Graphics at their location down in Ithaca or visit their website at esgraphics.com. ENS Graphics, printing all things physical.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome on into our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report. Right now, it's all Clare all the time. The Clare Pioneers lead the Shepherd Blue Jays 41-0 at the half. No, that is not a typo. The Pioneers have really come to play offensively, and Shepherd hasn't been terrible offensively either. Ty Burns has been running really, really hard out there, but 2 fumbles on the first 2 possessions really hampered the Shepherd Blue Jays, along with a pick 6. You have 3 turnovers in 1 half, and it's going to be hard to overcome that. And then slide it over. Think about the other side. If you're the Pioneers, you also have a touchdown that got taken off the board with the long Porter Harsh completion from Dane Alexander on the great play from Ty Hardepy. And again, think about the Bills custom fabrication of the game. Hardepy with that hustle, probably going to keep a handle on that play. But Pioneers, boy, they continue to roll. They're 5-1 on the year. Their only loss, a close loss where they battled back, and I really think if that game goes any longer with Ogama Heights, they win that game if it continues to go on a little bit longer. They started off, I don't want to say they started off struggling that game, but Ogama Heights was up 14-0, I believe, before Clare started to make something happen. And so Here we are at the half. It is 41-0. The Clare Pioneers on top of the Shepherd Blue Jays. We're going to settle, I guess I already kind of did our halftime report, kind of going right into things. 6 touchdowns on the board for the Pioneers. They've also got 1 turnover that took a touchdown off. And if you are the Shepherd Blue Jays, you've got 3 turnovers. You have been able to run the ball a little bit. Again, Ty Burns has been fantastic out there with his effort for the Blue Jays. But it's all Clare all the time. They lead at 41-0. Before we set it off to this week at MHSA Sports, big shout out to Corey Clark sending me some updates. Things not going Sacred Heart's way on homecoming either, as they trail Morris 32-0 in that one. Down 18-13 at the half are the Mount Pleasant Oilers. Ooh, boy, it is all about the blowouts right now, it seems like, for our homecoming night. It's Morris beating up Sacred Heart pretty good, and the Pioneers beating up the Blue Jays here pretty good. Time for This Week in MHSA Sports with John Ross. And a quick break. We're back to talk about some of the keys, some of the more scores out there as we head towards the second half here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
The best of the best can be found in the High School Hall of Fame, and it's already championship season this fall. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Over the 100 years of the MHSAA's existence, there have been numerous memorable moments, classic games, and standout performers. 10 standouts have gone on to be selected for the National High School Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame started in 1982. And in 1983, Michigan had its first representative added, Charles E. Forsyth, the first executive director of the MHSAA. After that, River Rouge boys basketball coach Lofton Green was inducted in 1986. Warren Regina's Diane Laffey went in 2000. Fenville's Richie Jordan in 2001. Grosse Pointe Woods University Liggett's Bob Wood in 2005. Bloomfield Hills Cranbrook's Jim Johnson in 2007. Owasso's Brad Van Pelt in 2011, Vermontville Maple Valley's Ken Beardsley in 2016, retired MHSAA Executive Director Jack Roberts in 2022, and Dearborn Heights Robichaud's Tyrone Wheatley just this past summer. The National High School Hall of Fame has nearly 530 inductees, with at least one from every state. Inductees include student athletes, coaches, officials, administrators, participants in the performing arts, and other individuals who've made outstanding contributions to high school sports. Each year at the NFHS's summer meetings, a new class goes into the hall. For more on the Michigan contingent in the National High School Hall of Fame, please go to MHSAA.com. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the past week. First, Holland's Otis Fickle, who scored 4 times, including the game winner in a 5-4 win over Holland Christian. The win clinched a share of the OK Black Conference title for Holland. Cadillac's Cassie Genema, she had 15 kills, 3 blocks, 47 assists, and 49 digs as the Vikings beat Clare, Fruitport, and Midland in a non-conference volleyball quad. And a Holland West Ottawa's Helen Sachs. She was first at the Portage Invitational, the 7th straight cross-country race she's won this year.
Graduating seniors could qualify for a tuition-free skills certificate or associate degree through the new Community College Guarantee, no matter their GPA or your household income. Or if your child plans to attend a 4-year university or career school, the Michigan Achievement Scholarship Program has them covered. They could get up to $27,500 toward a bachelor's degree or up to $4,000 for career training. Complete the FAFSA to get started at mi.gov/achievement.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
It's 2nd and 10 for Team A at their own 40-yard line. They complete a pass to Team B's 30-yard line, but fumble the ball forward, where Team A recovers at the 22-yard line. During the play, Team B is flagged for roughing the passer. Assuming Team A accepts the penalty, where is the penalty enforced? Is it enforced from the spot of the foul, enforced from the previous spot, enforced from the spot of the fumble, or enforced from the spot of the fumble recovery? If you said enforced from the spot of the recovery, you are correct. Since it was recovered at the 22-yard line and roughing is a 15-yard penalty, it would be enforced half the distance to the goal line. First down and 10 for Team A from the 11-yard line.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, please go to the MHSAA website now to register. The first MHSAA championships for the 2024-25 school year are in the books, with champions in UP girls tennis. In Division 1, Negaunee brought home the trophy for a third straight year. The Miners got wins in number 2 and number 4 singles and swept the 4 doubles matches. Ishpeming Westwood came in second, Escanaba was third. In Division 2, Ishpeming narrowly defeated West Iron County for the title. Ishpeming was victorious in number 1, 2, and 3 doubles en route to a second straight D2 title. Norway came in third. Next up, Lower Peninsula Girls Golf and LP Boys Tennis crown champions next week. Then it's boys soccer and cross country on Saturday, November 2nd. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross. We'll be back next week.
GNS Mechanical in Wademan offers service and installation on everything for your home and business. From a simple filter replacement to furnace, central air service, and install, geothermal, and walk-in coolers and freezers. If you have a need, GNS Mechanical has a solution. Learn more at gnsmechanical.com or call 989-644-2106.
Hey, Rowan, want to toss the ball around?
No thanks.
A quick game of chess?
Maybe later.
Want me to teach you to ride a bike?
Papa, we did all that when I was little.
I guess you're right. Barbary Law's kept me so busy, time has just flown by.
There is one thing, though. You got any cookies?
Thought you'd never ask.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant. Good luck to all of our local athletes from Bill's Custom Fab.
The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes.
Jenna Gates
and Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Mount Pleasant Heating and Air Conditioning has been family-owned and serving mid-Michigan since 1962. They're dedicated to providing the best possible solution for your home or business. Mount Pleasant Heating and Air Conditioning is locally owned and supports our local community. For all of your heating and air conditioning needs, call Mount Pleasant Heating and Air Conditioning at 989-772-2881.
Value is not just a price. When you buy something for your home, it's an investment. Knowing that you're getting a great deal and service after the sale is priceless. At Woods Household, we only carry quality products for your home at competitive prices. Furniture that is attractive and durable. Comfortable mattresses that last for years. Flooring that stands up to wear and tear. These are all products that last by trusted name brands like FlexSteel, Serta, Whirlpool, and many more. So shop the Woods way.
Weefridge Financial knows it can be incredibly overwhelming to navigate the world of financial planning. With trusted guidance and easy-to-understand advice, you can feel comfortable in your financial future with Weefridge Financial. Weefridge Financial assists people in all stages of life with a specialization in retirement and investment planning. Experience the power of working with an advisor dedicated to your success. Visit WeefridgeFinancial.com, visit them in downtown Mount Pleasant, call or text 989 953-7888. Weefridge Financial, member SIPC. When your team or business needs to look good, don't get left hanging. Call or stop by Hanging by a Thread in Wademan, the official embroiders for the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Hanging by a Thread, a proud supporter of local schools. Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network and our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report. Yeah, you can see that scoreboard in the corner. If you're just joining us, it is a lopsided game. It has been all about the Clare Pioneers here in the first half. They lead it 41-0. Jayden Arthur, probably near 100 yards on the ground from his quarterback position. He's also thrown up a couple nice touchdown passes as well. And the Clare defense has been great. Joey Bushy with a pick six. But again, that Bill's Custom Fab fabrication of the game. Still really like to play from Ty Hardepy, the old Don Beebe fumble out of the back of the end zone, chasing down Porter Harsh. As we think about that, and our Zaid Batchelder, baller of the game. Like I said, Hardepy, he's going to be tough to beat out that play just because this guy here loves that hustle. Our Zaid Batchelder, baller of the game. You got that big interception for Joey Bushy, but then a couple touchdown throws, a couple touchdown runs from Jayden Arthur. I think kind of have him as the front runner for that Zaid Batchelder, baller of the game. And brought to you by our friends at Weefridge Financial. Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the game could end up going to the kicker, Dane Kruskamp, as well as that J&J Auto Collision Report, as he definitely had the biggest hit in the first half on that kickoff return. Going to take another break here on our Gates Drilling and Service halftime show. When we come back, be ready for this second half. Pioneers, the Blue Jays, here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant. Good luck to all of our local athletes from Bill's Custom Fab.
For grown and mid-Michigan moms, visit Bryant Family Farms in Shepherd. Moms love mums, so show your mom some love with Bryant Family Farms. Bryant Family Farms also offers maple syrup, pumpkins, beef, goats, and fresh-cut flowers, with you pick, bouquet arrangements, and subscription flowers. Show your mom some love this fall with Bryant Family Farms, 3.5 miles south of the casino on South Leeton Road. Visit BryantFF.com or call 989-304-1201. The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years. All Seasons Fireworks is a big fan of all the athletes, coaches, officials, and volunteers who make high school sports happen. To make your next event bigger and brighter, stop by All Seasons Fireworks on M20 in Mount Pleasant. Graduations, birthdays, weddings, or a big win become more memorable underneath a night sky lit up by the magic of fireworks. All Seasons Fireworks on M20 in Mount Pleasant.
Elevate your banking experience. Isabella Bank is your local banking partner. We understand the importance of personalized service, providing solutions that fit your unique needs. When you bank with us, together we can drive positive change and build stronger communities. Experience banking redefined. Make the switch today and experience banking that goes beyond. Isabella Bank. Local. Growing. Staying. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
When your team or business needs to look good, don't get left hanging. Call or stop by Hanging by a Thread in Wademan, the official embroiders for the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Hanging by a Thread, a proud supporter of local schools. Bryce Updegraff with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates thanks the coaches and officials who put in the time to help student athletes achieve their dreams and goals. For all of your real estate needs, the Bryce is right with Bryce Updegraff. With Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-620-6595.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Our score, Clare 41, Shepherd 0, a lopsided affair here on homecoming night as the Pioneers continue to take care of business. And score updates abound. Ithaca up 28-13 on the half. According to Jeremy Woodcock, it should be 35-6. But that's a story for another day with Mr. Jeremy Woodcock. And it's 38-0 Morris all over Sacred Heart Academy in the first half on homecoming night. Said not a good night for homecoming for either of these teams. And right now, Beale City 21, Leroy Pine River 3. Our score here, 41-0 as we get ready for the second half. Clare Pioneers, the Shepherd Blue Jays out there stretching, getting ready to go. Give me a moment to thank some more of our fantastic sponsors like Clark Modular Homes, Barbary Law, Gates Drilling and Service, Bill's Custom Fab, The Bird All-American Grill, Woods Household Appliance, and Weefrich Financial. Take one more break here to hear from our friends at Clark Modular Homes before we come back for the second half. Like I said, right now, it is all Pioneers all the time, kind of all over the Shepherd Blue Jays in this one. Actually, we'll keep it right here for another moment as I get ready to play our Clark Modular Homes spot here. And big shots to Tanya and the rest of the crew out at Clark Modular Homes, being fantastic sponsors of what we do here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. And do you want to be a sponsor of the Mid-Michigan Sports Network? Well, you can do so. Send me an email, midmichigansportsnetwork@gmail.com. Yeah, it is that simple. Or you can give me a call, 989-330-9271. Send me a message on Facebook. You get a hold of me, I will find a way to get back a hold of you here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Again, if you've watched some of our games, want to go back and check out some of the past games that we have done, you can find every broadcast that we do at midmichigansportsnetwork.com. All the podcasts, all the broadcasts, everything that I have done, you can find the link to it right there. And our score right now, 41-0. The Pioneers with the lead over the Shepherd Blue Jays. Again, continue to have a little bit of trouble with the internet connection here at Shepherd because I don't think Shepherd's, 5G, 4G is designed to handle 20,000 people. I don't think there's 20,000 people here, but it is absolutely packed for homecoming night between the Shepherd Blue Jays and the Clare Pioneers here. Chris Spotman, Adam Gursky on the camera, bringing to the action. And if you wonder why things look a little grainy, well, that's because we had to make sure we could stay on the air because, again, just absolutely packed here tonight for the Shepherd Blue Jays and the Clare Pioneers. All right, time to hear from our friends at Clark Modular Homes. We'll be back with the second half right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Hey guys, it's Tanya from Clark Modular Homes. I'm here to talk to you today about who we are and what we do. Clark's opened in 1983 and has been centrally located right here in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. We have one of the largest display centers with around 12 to 15 homes on display all year round. We have a fully experienced staff. We also have an in-house project manager who can pull our permits and coordinate our job from start to finish. We are proud to have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. We are our own contractor, making it a one-stop shop for you for your home building needs. As the owner would say, we can do it all.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We are all set up for the second half. Clare Pioneers with the big lead, 41-6 over the Shepherd Blue Jays. Clare will be kicking off to start the second half. I think that's one of the reasons why it was a little bit of a big deal for Clare. Not a big deal in the scheme of the game, but Clare trying to stay healthy and all that kind of stuff. Getting that second touchdown, or that last touchdown before they have to make it 41-0, kind of ensures that the clock will stay running. Shepherd have to go down and get a touchdown. I guess missing that extra point, they would only need to get the touchdown and the extra point to make it 41-7, get that clock stopping once again. But here comes the kick from Kruskamp. It's going to go over the returner's head and into the end zone for a touchback. And so Shepherd will start with it at their own 20-yard line. Our score 41-0. So the clock will not. No, the clock is stopped for a moment here. Should be rolling with that big lead. Now it's Clevenger that kind of let that one roll into the end zone. Shepherd will start with it at their own 20-yard line. Eisenberger back out there, and this is a team that has not quit in the second half. They will continue to fight, continue to claw, try and get some points on the board. Deering and Burns in the backfield. Fullback, running back. Deering lined up to the left. Burns to the right. A run with Deering as a lead blocker. Maybe 2-3 yards out there for Ty Burns. And as I give a lot of credit to Ty Burns, I think I need to also give some credit out there to Jace Deering, the fullback. A lot of the successful runs from Ty Burns have come out of that shotgun formation. We've got Deering kind of charging ahead from his fullback position, clearing the lane for Ty Burns to get through. And a big shout out to Colton Lehigh and Shea Curtis. They were the homecoming king and queen here for the Shepherd Blue Jays on this homecoming night. Hand off to Burns, and again, Deering as the lead blocker. Burns got to turn it back inside real quick. Nowhere for him to go. Chase Randall, along with a couple of other Pioneers there to help clean that up. It's going to bring up third down now for the Blue Jays. About third down and 6, maybe third down and 7. The clock will continue to run here in the second half. Things not looking good for Sacred Heart Academy as they trail Morris big. Beal is up on Leroy Pine River. Ithaca up on Saginaw Novell. And Mount Pleasant trailing Traverse City West at the half. To continue to keep you up to date with what's happening in the Mid-Michigan area. Eisenberger drops back, looks to throw. Quick throw out to Burns, but Bushy is there to bring him down immediately. Fantastic play from Mr. Joey Bushy, who had a pick 6 earlier in this game and continues to make solid defensive plays. But that Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the game, the J&J Auto Collision Report, it's going to be hard to take it away from Dane Kruskamp from that monster hit that he had on the kickoff. And a couple helmets coming flying off. Punting formation now for the Blue Jays. 9:39 left to go. Looks like we got another update coming from Nate Batchelder. Beale City 28, Leroy Pine River 3 with 7:48 left to go. We're having offsides against Clare, which should make this fourth down a bit shorter for the Jays. It was 4th and 6. Now it's going to be 4th and 1. Do you think about going for it here with this situation? Blue Jay players are looking to the sideline. And it does look like they're going to bring the offense back out there, try and pick up this 4th down and short. And you know what? The players wanted to do it, so I absolutely love it from Coach Angel. You boys want to go get this 2 yards? Let's go get this 2 yards. Because right now this game is more about learning lessons going forward than it is trying to get a W here tonight. 41-6 is our score. Remy Hayworth, the lone wide receiver. Again, you've got Deering at fullback. Well, I guess you could call them both running backs, but Deering's been the fullback. They give it to Burns. Burns looking to get it up the middle, and I don't think he got it. He's going to be brought down right away. Brody Allen in on the tackle for the Pioneers, and it'll be first down Clare on the turnover on downs. Not even a measure or anything needed there. Clare football, 41-0 remains our score, and the clock will continue to run as the Pioneer offense trots back out onto the field, and we'll say if Arthur stays out there offensively for Clare, or if we see Dane Alexander come in to play some quarterback. Actually, it's not going to be either of them. As I go to the roster here, we're going to have Parker Smith lined up at quarterback possibly. Mason Heinz will be in the backfield at running back with Parker Smith as he goes under center, the junior. Looking to get some action here at quarterback. Put a man in motion. They pitch it to him. Trying to find some room. Turned inside on the run. A little bit of space out there for Aiden Drake. Be a pickup of maybe 1 yard on the play. Again, if you're Clare, you just want to keep this clock a-moving. You are in great shape right now to go away with a victory here. A lot of the backups in now as well for the Clare Pioneers. with his 41-0 lead here in the third quarter. So a man in motion, they hand it off to him. They get that outside corner, and just being able to turn a corner, pick up 5 or 6 yards is the ball carrier. That's Colin Howitt on the carry. It's a great field position here for the Pioneers as they start at the Shepherd 39-yard line on this one. 2 plays has got him to 3rd and 4. For Parker Smith, who remains in at QB for the Pioneers. 2 wide, 2 to his right, 2 to his left. They send a man in motion. They fake it to him. Looking to pour it up the middle is Parker Smith. Looks like he's got first down yardage. He's going to be brought down at the 15-yard line. Nice little pickup there from the junior, Parker Smith, to pick up the first down. Again, the clock continues to move if you're the Pioneers. 6:30 left to go here in the third quarter. 41-0, the Pioneers with the lead, and they will now move the chains eventually here. Big shout out to that chain crew on the far side. Big shout out to Josh Chartrand, buddy, mine, and Adam Gursky. Talk about the best seat in the house, brought to you by Woods Household Appliance. Those chain gang guys got a pretty good seat. If you want a good seat, there's all kinds of volunteer opportunities. Talk to your local athletic director. I'm sure there's something you can do to help out with local high school sports to get yourself a good seat. The best seat in the house, brought to you by Woods Household Appliance in Clare. Short run for Mason Heights. He goes out of bounds, but it doesn't matter. The clock continues to tick away. Already halfway through this third quarter as the stands start to empty a bit here in Shepherd on this beautiful homecoming night. Pioneers quickly back up to the line. Ready with the play again is Parker Smith. Heinz in the backfield with him. They send Howitt in motion. Maybe a miscommunication here. Smith's got to run this one all the way. He's going to be dragged down in the backfield. Nice play by Bryce Smith getting back there to help make the tackle for the Blue Jays. It's going to bring up 4th down and long for Clare. I think this is the first 4th down the Pioneers have faced. Pretty darn sure it is. The way they were playing in the first half, it almost has me thinking, did they face a 3rd down because they were so darn successful? But here comes the 3rd down and 7 play. I mean, not 4th down, 3rd down coming up here for Smith. Another chance for him to convert here. Howitt goes in motion. He gets the handoff. It's going to be kept by Smith right up the middle for the touchdown. I got faked out of that one. Smith takes it in for the TD, and Clare continues to pour it on. It is now 47-0. Pioneers on top of the Blue Jays. Shout out to more of our friends. Weefrich Financial, sponsor that Zaid Batchelder baller of the game. Woods Household Appliance, talked about the best seat in the house several times tonight. Got your Bird All-American Grill post-game show coming up. Had your Gates Drilling and Service halftime show. Barbary Law Studios is where we're coming to you live from. Also a big shout out to our friends, Danny and the crew at Clark Modular Homes. Going for 2 are the Pioneers. Howitt's got the outside edge, and he's going to take it in. The 2-point conversion is good. It's now 49-0. Pioneers on top. We're going to take a quick break. Back with more football right after this. It's all Pioneers all the time here on Shepherd's Homecoming Night on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Weefrich Financial knows it can be incredibly overwhelming to navigate the world of financial planning. With trusted guidance and easy-to-understand advice, you can feel comfortable in your financial future with Weefrich Financial. Weefrich Financial assists people in all stages of life with a specialization in retirement and investment planning. Experience the power of working with an advisor dedicated to your success. Visit WeefrichFinancial.com. Visit them in downtown Mount Pleasant. Call or text 989-953-7888. Weefrich Financial, member SIPC. When your team or business needs to look good, don't get left hanging. Call or stop by Hanging by a Thread in Wademan, the official embroiders for the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Hanging by a Thread, a proud supporter of local schools.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. 49-0 our score, 4:52 left to go in the third quarter. Dane Kruskamp run up to kick this one off for the Blue Jays. It's going to fielded at the 11-yard line by Shepherd. Nice little return out the 25 and the 26-yard line before Noah Clevenger is brought down. So Shepherd will take back over. Then a turnover on downs to start this second half. And they had a 4th down and 6. The penalty made it 4th down and 1. So they came out to go for it. We've got a flag on the play. I think this one is going to back up the Blue Jays a bit more here. Wait to see the signal from the official. Yeah, it's been all Clare all the time here tonight. The one thing that I am curious about, want to make sure I ask Coach Spranger in our post-game show, brought to you by the Bird All-American Grill, is the health of Mr. Ryan Lauch. So we didn't see him out there tonight. Penalty's going to be declined. So 1st down and 10 for the Blue Jays as we get rolling here. Couple substitutions coming in. Coming into the game for Clare is Brody Allen, giving a little bit of a break to Mr. Aiden Van Bond. Maybe Mr. Van Bond done from his linebacker position tonight. He's been fantastic all year long, running the ball, tackling the ball. Sounds kind of cheesy. In the backfield are the Pioneers. Going down is the quarterback. It's a sack for Dylan Kruskamp. As I talk about the Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the game, maybe now I could give it to the Kruskamp pair. The big hit from Dane Kruskamp on the kickoff a little bit ago. And then Dylan Kruskamp getting back there for the tackle as the Jays are backed up even more. Start their own 26-yard line, now just inside their own 20. In this Blue Jay team, they continue to fight. They continue to claw to try and stay in this game. But this Pioneer team, they came in at 5-1. Shepherd came in at 1-5, and it's looked like a matchup of a 5-1 team against a 1-5 team. Ty Burns, Deering, Eisenberger in the backfield. Burns pours it off to the far side. He's going to be tumbled over. Keeps the football after he's hit hard. Again, Ty Burns been really impressive out there running the ball. When there hasn't been a hole, he's gotten every single inch that he could get. And when there has been a bit of a crease, he's shown the explosiveness to hit it as well. 3rd down and 12 now for the Blue Jays. 3:20 left to go here in the third quarter. Deering trotting off the sideline for the Blue Jays. A well-deserved break for the sophomore. Boy, he has played hard out there tonight, blocking for the aforementioned Mr. Burns. Shotgun look. Eisenberger's rolling to his right, looking for a teammate to throw it to. It's going to be caught. One tiptoe catch out there. It was made by Brady Robinson on the catch. I believe that will be 1st down yardage for the Blue Jays. They're actually not quite. Nice route from Robinson, but that is going to bring up 4th down. That's kind of night it's been for the Blue. Oh, no, they will give him the 1st down, actually. So it will be 1st down and 10 for Shepherd. 2:30 left to go here in the third quarter. Eisenberger comes back in with the play for the Blue Jays. Maybe a little communication out there defensively from Clare. They've got some new players out there. Shotgun look for Eisenberger. He's got 3 wide receivers to his left. He's looking to throw once again. Slings it out there looking for Robinson. That one's a little too tall. 2nd down and 10 now coming up for Eisenberger. Smith coming back into the game for the Jays. Get out there defensively now for Clare. The safety spot, you've now got Colin Howitt. Sabish still out there at his linebacker position. Now also out there playing a defensive back for the Jays. It's Daniel Leonard. 2nd down and 10 for Shepherd. Hand off to Bryce Smith. Smith's got a bit of a hole here. Carries a couple tacklers with him down to the 44-yard line before he is brought down. They've got a 3rd down over there. I want to say it's 2nd down. No, it is 3rd down coming up now for the Jays, but a decent gain from Smith is going to make it 3rd down and manageable. 5th play of the drive coming up for the Jays. They've picked up 1 first down. They trail big in this one, 49-0. This next snap will be with about 1 minute remaining in our third quarter. Running clock with the monster lead for the Pioneers. Shotgun look again for Eisenberger. Hands it off to Bryce Smith. Another nice lead block from Deering, and he hit hard. Ball comes loose. It's going to go out of bounds. It'll stay Shepherd football, but a really big-time hit out there from Daniel Leonard. maybe a missed face mask out there, as you might have heard in the background up here at the booth. But nonetheless, it's going to be first down yardage for the Blue Jays. Their second first down on this drive as they move it a little bit here. Under 30 seconds remaining in our third quarter. This will probably be the final play of the third as we head towards quarter number 4. And we'll hear from our friends, Weefrich Financial and Hanging by a Thread once again as we head towards that fourth quarter. Hand off to Burns up the middle. Nowhere for him to go. He's stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Sabish, and a host of other Pioneer players in on that tackle. And that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. And we'll hear from our boys at Weefrich Financial and Dean and the crew at Hanging by a Thread as we send it out here once again. Ahead to the fourth quarter. It's all Clare all the time here on Shepherd's Homecoming Night. 49-0. Here our score on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Weefrich Financial knows it can be incredibly overwhelming to navigate the world of financial planning. With trusted guidance and easy-to-understand advice, you can feel comfortable in your financial future with Weefrich Financial. Weefrich Financial assists people in all stages of life with a specialization in retirement and investment planning. Experience the power of working with an advisor dedicated to your success. Visit WeefrichFinancial.com. Visit them in downtown Mount Pleasant. Call or text 989-953-7888. Weefrich Financial, member SIPC. When your team or business needs to look good, don't get left hanging. Call or stop by Hanging by a Thread in Wademan, the official embroiders for the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Hanging by a Thread, a proud supporter of local schools.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We are heading to quarter number 4. The Pioneers are up 49-0 on the Shepherd Blue Jays. Big shout out to our sponsors. We're coming to you from the Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. We had our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report. The Woods Household Appliance pregame show. We've talked about the best seat in the house, brought to you by Woods a few times as well. Just heard from Weefrich Financial, the sponsor of that Zaid Batchelder Baller of the Game. And still got to talk with the Batchelders about this as well. But I believe also going to be a sponsor for the Zaid Batchelder Baller of the Year scholarship as well. Again, more details to work on that, but we're going to get that figured out before the end of this year to honor one of our great local high school athletes as they go towards their future. 49-0 our score. Pioneers, or pardon me, the Blue Jays get the handoff. Big hole here for the ball carrier. He's going to be hit hard going out of bounds at the 40. That was a big-time run. A whole lot of room out there for another sophomore, Peyton McCall, on that carry. And I believe we'll see if they give him first down yardage on the run or not. Beale City just scored again, as I hear from the aforementioned Batchelder family and Nate Batchelder. 35-3, Beale City on top of Leroy Pine River, and Morris up 38-0 at the half on Sacred Heart Academy. Ty Burns lined up behind the quarterback in the pistol, Deering out there at his fullback position once again. Burns fights off one tackle, looks to turn the corner before he's pushed out of bounds, and that's the effort that you see from Ty Burns out there that just makes you want to root for the young man. Fought off maybe 2-3 tackles there to get a yard. Fantastic job. As the Blue Jays continue to fight here in this lopsided battle. 49-0 our score, running clock in the second half. Zaid Batchelder, baller of the game, looking like it's locked up by Mr. Jayden Arthur. A couple big runs in the first half, a couple big touchdown throws. It was 41-0 at the half. Pioneers have gotten on the board one more time here in this second half with a Smith touchdown run. Send McCall in motion. He's going to get the handoff on the jet sweep once again. A nice block out there in the open field. It springs McCall for first down yardage. Nice run there from Peyton McCall. Man, Blue Jay fans have talked about it all year. This team hasn't performed the way they would like to, but they continue to fight all game long. And as a parent, as a coach, as an alumni, that's what you love to see from a team that's not necessarily performing. You know, Clare's 5-1. If you're a Clare fan, you're exuberant that you're 5-1. But if you're a Shepherd fan, you're 1-5, and you're not that excited. But then you watch these guys play in the second half, and you think, man, these kids are out here playing hard, learning a lot, going towards their future, and trying to build this program towards the future as well. Hand off to Ty Burns. Wants that outside edge. Again, fights off one tackle. He's hit hard on the far side of the field before he is upended. believe it or not, 10 plays or so, 4 first downs, I believe, on this drive for the Blue Jays as they've been able to move it a little bit down the field. 49-0 the score. 2nd down and 7 coming up for the Jays. Robinson coming back in with the play. Burns getting himself a little bit of a break right now for the Blue Jays, along with Ian Detweiler. Eisenberger trots back in with it, and we're ready to go for the 2nd down and 7 play. Under 9 minutes remaining in the ball game when the Blue Jays snap the football here. Bryce Smith out there at running back. Jace Deering lined up at tight end. Right next to him also at tight end is Sam King. Want to run it behind him, but there's nowhere for Smith to go. Hit yard, maybe a gain of 1 on the play. And the longest sustained drive here from Shepherd. They got it with 4:38 left to go in the 3rd quarter. With that running clock, obviously it moves a bit faster, but now 8:40 left to go here in the 4th. 3rd down. Eisenberger coming back in with the play from Coach Robinson once again. Our Burton All-American Grill post-game show. Coach Spranger going to trot over from Clare, chat with us. Talk about that Zaid Batchelder baller of the game, the Bills Custom Fab fabrication of the game, the Weber Brothers Sawmill timber of the game, and all that good stuff as we sell out in our post-game show to make sure all of our sponsors get the requisite love. Quick throw out to Remy Hayworth. He dives to make the catch. It's incomplete. A nice job by Mason Eisenberger creating some extra time. And it was a very difficult throw on the run from Eisenberger, but he wants it back. You could see in his own body language. But that's the type of plays that the sophomore makes right there that make you drool a little bit going forward, keeping that play alive. Find a little bit more touch on that throw his junior, senior year, and that's probably going to be a touchdown for the Blue Jays. Deering coming back out of the game. Again, when I think about the players of the game for the Shepherd Blue Jays, the 2 guys that continue to come to my mind are Ty Burns and Jace Deering. Shepherd was able to run the ball a little bit against this Pioneer team, but that juggernaut offense they got is just tough to keep up with. But Deering, Burns, they did a solid job. Burns might have 85, 90 yards on the game on 20, 25 carries, but just hasn't been able to turn into points. Mason Eisenberger dropping back. He's got to create some space. He's brought down in the backfield. Nick Sabish with the sack at the 30. It's going to turn Shepherd over on downs. The Pioneers will come back out and a chance to run out this clock. The final 7 minutes on this possession here. They pick up 2 or 3 first downs, and that could do it as the Pioneers take back over. Well, if you're a Shepherd fan, you feel like there's these moments that these Blue Jays show you that are bright spots going towards the future. And Sabish gets into the backfield and makes a big tackle. The Clare Pioneers have been dominant all night long. Smith back out there at quarterback. One of the running backs in the backfield with them is actually now Joey Bushy. We get to see Bushy carry the football here a little bit for the Pioneers after he's done a fantastic job defensively. He had a pick 6 in that first half that made it 28-0. Tailback looking for that outside edge. He's not going to get there. Nice play from the Blue Jays getting into the backfield for Shepherd on that one was Wes Cluley. Trying to get that outside edge was Ryder Drinkwine for the Pioneers. Going to bring up 2nd down and long. 5:50 left to go here in the 4th quarter. Smith and the crew look to the sideline for the play for the Pioneers. Say, when you don't huddle up, you're not going to change what you do despite this lopsided score. Smith in the gun. Takes the shotgun snap. It's a little bit of a wild snap. I think they were looking for the jet sweep, but a really smart decision from the quarterback, Parker Smith, just to kind of pour that one up the middle. Again, there's not really anything you can do wrong offensively right now if you're Clare other than turn the ball over and stop the clock. And the only way you can stop the clock is with a penalty, a timeout, or by turning the ball over. Actually, a turnover wouldn't even stop the clock. It'd just be a penalty or a timeout. And Pioneers looking to the sideline for the play. We'll see if they go to the air here on 3rd down and 10 with Parker Smith out there at quarterback. He's got 4 wide, 2 to each side. One running back in the backfield with him. They send a man in motion. They hand it off to him on the jet sweep. It's Colin Howitt trying to get that outside edge. He's not going to get there. Cluley with a nice play to bring him down. It's going to bring up 4th down, so we'll most likely see the punting unit come out for the Clare Pioneers. But again, if you're Clare, you go for it here. I don't really think there's a bad play to make. She gave him a little bit of yardage there. It's going to be 4th down and 5, we'll call it. It does look like Smith's going to line up to go for it. Bushy's going to be in the backfield with him. Howitt's going to be lined up in the slot to the left. Colin Howitt's the guy that I'm watching on this play that if I'm the Shepherd Blue Jays. 4th down and 5. Pioneers lining up to go for it. Send a man in motion. They fake it to him. Smith looking to run up the middle. Nowhere for him to go. Big play in the backfield defensively from the Shepherd Blue Jays. And on the stop was Chris Gall. It's going to be a turnover on downs for the Pioneers. It's going to give it back to Shepherd. Maybe a chance for them to put something on the board here late in this one. We're under 4 minutes left to go in the ball game. Clare leads it 49-0. Think about how many times Clare had it in that first half. This is now their 3rd possession here of the second half with that running clock as things have just been moving. The Blue Jay offense back out there for Shepherd. See if they can get some points on the board here starting at the Clare 33-yard line. Quick substitution coming out there last minute for the Pioneers. It's Brady Robinson now in at quarterback for the Blue Jays. They hand it off to Peyton McCall. McCall looking for that outside edge. He's turned inside and brought down near the line of scrimmage. A really nice play from Daniel Leonard out there. Also credit Sabish with that tackle as well. 2nd down play. We're under 3 minutes remaining here in the ball game. If you're Shepherd, you'd love to get into the end zone here, or at least finish this game with the football. Need to pick up at least 1 first down if they're going to do that. What a game it's been for the Pioneers. It was 41-0 at the half. Now 49-0 as we trail towards the end of this game. Peyton McCall quickly trotting off the field the last second for the Blue Jays as they get set up offensively. Robinson looking to throw after the shotgun snap. Zings it downfield. It's going to be a little short. Remy Hayworth has got to turn into a defensive back, and they're going to say he was a little early. Leonard would have came up with the interception from Clare if he didn't make the hit. So I think that's going to be an offensive PI that's going to back up. But Remy Hayworth, that was really the only play that he had to make, was kind of come back and try and hit the would-be, usually say would-be receiver, but I think that'd be the would-be interceptor. So he tried to make it happen there. 2nd down and long. Now going to be 2nd down and longer after they mark off the penalty yardage here. And the officials still discussing things. Waiting to see the actual signal from the white hat here. So the rare offensive pass interference will back up the Blue Jays even more. I mentioned moments ago they just need to pick up a first down. Be nice for them to end the game with the football, but I think that's going to be all for not here. It's now going to be 2nd down and a mile for the Blue Jays. Robinson out there at quarterback. He's trying to connect with Remy Hayworth on the pass. Hayworth deep downfield, not quite enough on it. Daniel Leonard almost came up with the interception. Hayworth a little too early, hitting the would-be interceptor. It's going to back him up. Deering back out there at fullback along with Ty Burns. And Deering with another nice lead block. Burns is going to be able to pick up 3 or 4 yards. But again, the two guys that continue to stand out to me tonight are Jace Deering and Ty Burns for the Shepherd Blue Jays. Again, it's a 49-0 score. Nobody's happy about it on the Shepherd sideline. But you see the work those two guys do in the backfield. Then you add in Eisenberger, just a sophomore as well. There's going to be some type of great running attack there in the future with Burns and Deering, but there's still a long ways to go for this very young Shepherd Blue Jay team. Robinson back out there with the play here on 3rd down and 25. It was a bit closer game. I'd say you're definitely going to the air here, but maybe not on this one. The lopsided score. Robinson's got 2 wide receivers to his right. They send a man in motion. They fake it to him. Now throwing it over the middle. It's going to be caught by Deering, but he's going to be hit hard. Nice hit out there from Dane Alexander. And again, the work that Deering has put in tonight. He has been a warrior out there for the Blue Jays, and he's down on the ground right now with an injury. And that's the last thing that you want to see with 1 minute left to go in the fourth quarter is an injury out there. Deering Still down on the play. I believe that's Deering down on the play. Still waiting to see the player get up from the Blue Jays. But 1 minute left to go here in the fourth quarter. Clare leads it 49-0 on top of the Shepherd Blue Jays here on homecoming night. Again, big shout-outs to Clark Modular Homes, the brandest and newest sponsor here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Big shout to Tanny and the crew. Also shouts out to Woods Household Appliance, the Weefrich Financial, the Bird All-American Grill, Bill's Custom Fab, Gates Doing and Service, Barberry Law Firm, Kenneth Egger, DDS, our friends at Fisher Companies, Bogwai Bang and Bradley, Schaefer's Bait and Sporting Goods, Gross Farms, Bragg Gross Electric, Rick's Food Center, WW Construction, Doozy's Ice Cream Place, Boomer's Lawn Care, and Barry Funeral Home, and our friends Steph and the crew at Almost Up North and Stitches for Britches, the official Clare Pioneer headquarters, if you want to check them out. I also love going to my friends at Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, Joe Wentworth and Bryce Updegraff. So Bryant Family Farms open tomorrow to go get your mom a mum or get her set up with some pumpkins for this Halloween season. They're open tomorrow from 10 to 2 and every Tuesday and Thursday from 3 to 7 p.m. That's actually Sam King that's getting helped up that actually made that catch as well. Pardon me, not Deering. That was King on the play. You've got King wearing 40, Deering wearing 42 as I goof that up a little bit. And also a big shout to Walt Berry, Luke Sawyer joining me here on the broadcast tonight. Talk a little just Shepherd action in general, I'll say. And also Boomer's Lawn Care, Doozy's Ice Cream Place, WW Construction, and a Rick's Food Center. So I continue to roll through the great sponsors here tonight that make it possible for me to bring you high school sports action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network, including the official embroider of the Mid-Michigan Sports Network, Hanging by a Thread. And yeah, people ask, we've got more hats coming out there, and maybe just needs to ask Dina at Hanging by a Thread. Seems like so many people want us. Maybe have to put them on order there, Dina, if we can make that possible. Clock back running now after the injury timeout. 4th down and 25. Shepherd's going to go for it here. A little bit of a Hail Mary type situation. No, they're actually going to hand it off to Peyton McCall. McCall's got to stay in bounds, try and make something happen. Dances away from a couple guys. Nice job by Clare saying, you know what, we're going to give you 4 or 5 yards, maybe even 7, 8 yards here. But we're just going to make sure you do not pick up the first down. So it's going to be a turnover on downs. Our score remains 49-0, and that is going to do it. Clare's not even going to have to run a play here. That will be the end of the ball game as the officials try and sort some things out here. The Shepherd offense is still out there. Now the Clare players are running to the sideline. So I think they know they're going to be able to celebrate a big victory. They move to 6-1 on the year. Shepherd falls to 1-6. Our final score, Clare 49, the Shepherd Blue Jays 0. We've got our Bird All-American Grill post-game show coming right up here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network right after this.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant. Good luck to all of our local athletes from Bill's Custom Fab.
The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant. Every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years.
Hey, Rowan, want to toss the ball around?
No, thanks.
A quick game of chess?
Maybe later.
Want me to teach you to ride a bike?
Pop, we did all that when I was little.
I guess you're right. Barbary Law's kept me so busy, time has just flown by.
There is one thing, though. You got any cookies?
Thought you'd never ask.
For over 4 decades, ENS Graphics has delivered confidence, trust, and peace of mind by providing their customers with expert service and using state-of-the-art technology. We all know in sports, what's on the inside counts the most. But when it comes to your business, school, organization, what's on the outside does matter. If your business needs anything printed, ENS Graphics can do it. If you want your club, team, organization to look good, ENS can help with that. They take your vision and make it their mission. ENS Graphics, a proud supporter of the Mid-Michigan community and their local athletes. Visit ENS Graphics at their location down in Ithaca or visit their website at esgraphics.com. ENS Graphics, printing all things physical. Handsome Ben's Fab provides professional fabrication work for your home or business. MIG, TIG, and ARC AWS certified, Handsome Ben can fabricate your dreams with steel, aluminum, and stainless steel. Handsome Ben brings 20 years of professional fabrication experience to you. Call Handsome Ben today at 989-802-2405.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes. Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. 49-0 our final as I welcome you on into the Bird All-American Grill postgame show. It was all Clare all the time in this one. So I absolutely roll the Shepherd Blue Jays 49-0. It was 41-0 at the half. The lone touchdown in the second half came from Parker Smith on a really nice fake. I was completely faked out on the fake handoff from Parker Smith as he jetted it right up the middle into the end zone for a touchdown to make it 49-0 after the two-point conversion. And after that, both offenses just kind of stalled out, ran some plays and ran some clock to bring us to the end. Let's kind of run things back down for you. The very first play of the game was a short kickoff from the Shepherd Blue Jays. And I said a bunch. You usually don't have an up man like Aiden Van Bon, the running back at the second level. And so he took it all the way down to the Shepherd 12-yard line. A holding penalty brought it back to the Shepherd 22-yard line. It was Conan Weeks with a touchdown run. 2 plays later, Blue Jays got the football, and it looked like they were going to be able to run it a little bit. Very first play of the game was a 30-yard-plus run from Ty Burns off the far side of the field. Then they had picked up another first down on the second down play. But then there was a fumble that sent it right back to Clare. They had a nice drive starting from their own 35-yard line. Went 8 plays, about 5-6 minutes, and it was a nice touchdown run for, about 3 minutes on the drive. It's a nice touchdown run from Jayden Arthur. Blue Jays, again, were moving the football a little bit on the ground, but it was another fumble that gave it back to the Pioneers. Then the Pioneers showed a little bit of trickery. Pass from Jayden Arthur back to Dana Alexander all the way downfield for Porter Harsh. And Harsh looked like he was going to run free to the end zone, but Ty Hardapee pulled kind of a Don Beebe little Peanut Tillman punch that sent it out of the back of the end zone that allowed it to be a touchback, and so that kept it at 14-0. I felt like that was maybe a big moment for the Shepherd Blue Jays, but then they picked up a first down, but then went 3 and out after that. Clare got it back at their own 25-yard line, up 14-0 with 9:42 left to go in the second quarter. Jayden Arthur, a huge scramble run to set up Clare in scoring position, and then he connected with Jacob Halachek for the touchdown that made it 21-0. The next play from scrimmage was a Mason Eisenberger interception by Joey Bushy that he took back to the house to make it 28-0. Shepherd then moved it a little bit and then turned it over on downs that gave them really good field position, or gave Pioneers really good field position near midfield. Then Colin Howitt took it in for a touchdown that made it 35-0 with 2:40 still left to go in the second quarter. Shepherd went 3 and out, and they just had to punt it back to the Pioneers as they were backed up about their own 25-yard line. It's a decent punt from Bailey, ended up near midfield. 5 plays later, with the catch for the touchdown was Mr. Brody Allen. That took it, it was Heinz with the touchdown. It was a big catch from Allen to kind of set him up in good scoring position. That made it 41-0 at the half. Again, coming out in the second half, Shepherd got the football, had a turnover on downs. Smith took it in for a touchdown run. Parker Smith, about a 15-yard touchdown run for the Pioneers to make it 49-0. And then just kind of a set of turnover on downs after that as we kind of wrap this one up with that running clock. We're going to take another quick break here on our post-game show. When we come back, hopefully be catching up with Steve Springer. But again, he might be a little too busy celebrating with his team as they won 49-0. And it does look like he is making his way up. So we'll keep the broadcast right here and not make him wait during any type of commercial break or anything. Other scores from the Mid-Michigan area. Beal up big on Leroy Pine River, 51-6. 6:51 left to go. Leroy Pine River is up 42-3 in that one. Sacred Heart Academy down big to Morris, 38-0. Still have not got a score from Traverse City as the Oilers were trailing 18-13 at the half, and it was 28-13. Ithaca on top of Saginaw Novell last I heard at the half. But Beal up big 42-3. And I now have Steve Sprenger here with me. Coach, as you said to me, hey, I didn't know you were coming here this week. Well, your boys starting to get a little back. 3 games in a week with volleyball and stuff. We're starting to get the hang of things. But a big win for you guys, 49-0. Anytime you play a rival Shepherd, I don't think you expect to be up 41-0 at the half, man.
No, definitely. Our guys, it was a point of emphasis coming out that we needed to start the game a little bit stronger than what we have been. And obviously they executed extremely well to start.
Yeah, they had a couple nice, runs up the middle. Looked like they found something that maybe was going to work, but 2 big fumbles. But you got to give credit to your guys kind of going in and punching out the ball. And it seemed like that was maybe a plan tonight. If somebody's got them wrapped up, you kind of try and come in and punch it out.
Yeah, definitely. The last 2 games we haven't forced any turnovers, and the name of the game is explosive plays and turnovers. So we really focused on our fundamentals and made sure that we were attacking the ball.
Yep, Zaid Batchelder, baller of the game. We'll skip the songs. I've been talking about it. It's kind of decided in the first half. Jayden Arthur, a couple big runs, couple touchdown throws. The senior quarterback just continues to do it all for you, man.
He's awesome. I mean, I can't say enough good things about him. He's doing extremely well. And what I like most about him is he's always level-headed. You'll never know if we're up 3 scores, down 3 scores. He's the same player no matter what, and that's what you want in a quarterback. And he's doing tremendous for us.
Yeah, as I continue to sell, I'll say also our Mumford Oil and Supply, a sister of the game there as well. But the thing I want to talk about is the Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the game, the J&J Auto Collision Report. Dane Kruskamp on that kickoff. I imagine that's something when you guys go back and watch film, everybody's going to be, patting him on the back kind of a thing.
Yeah, he's earned the nickname Nigel. So Nigel is flying around, and he loves kicking off, but he's also, this is the first year he's done it really full time. So he's always been a player that's been involved in the game, playing a little defensive line, a little tight end. So he's used to that physicality, and he's going to be flying down trying to make plays.
Yeah, then Dylan Kruskamp, are they related?
Brothers, yeah.
They're brothers. So all right, he got the sack later, and so like I said, we'll give the timber of the game to the 2 Kruskamp brothers with the sack, and that's I didn't make the comparison, but it made me think last year, sure you know the name Aiden Halliday from Sacred Heart Academy, really good football player. He was their kicker, and so there was a few times once they got past that first level, second level, I feel like the returner thought, oh, here we go, and then here comes Halliday, boom. But that one, Kruskamp was coming down on that. Like I said, that's something that he does that you're not always going to get from a kicker either.
Oh, and it excites our team. It excites the crowd. I mean, it's just awesome, especially, I mean, you don't expect that out of a kicker, and we've got one that's willing to do it.
You guys are now 6-1 on the year. You've got the Jack Pine crossover next week. Do you already know who that's going to be?
We think we have a pretty good idea. I think we're heading over to Pinconning. So really good relationship with their coach. They've done a great job kind of turning that program around. They run a old school single wing offense, so we're going to have to really focus on our keys. But this is something that we want going in the playoffs. So it's a different offense that we have to prepare for and really focus on honing in and reading our keys and stuff like that.
Yeah, that Division 5 playoffs, once you look to going forward, you got the Grand Rapids West Catholic, Grand Rapids Catholic. You're going to have to get used to playing against some of those absolutely big running teams. But, Coach, thanks so much for coming up here and joining me. But, yeah, Jayden Arthur, Zaid Batchelder, baller of the night. I imagine you're good with that decision.
Oh, that's a great decision.
Yeah. Yep. All right, Coach Sprenger, thanks so much for taking some time to chat with me. Our final here tonight, the Shepherd Blue Jays 0, the Clare Pioneers 49, ruin the Blue Jay homecoming night. Congratulations to Coach Sprenger and the crew. And where will we be next week? Will we be at Mount Pleasant Midland? We'll be at a Jack Pine crossover with Clare or Shepherd. Maybe we'll be with Beal City. We are going to find out together next week here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network as it's getting down to that nitty-gritty time here in Week 8 and Week 9. We want to bring you the best games possible. I guess Week 9 got more double local action with Shepherd and Ithaca, but Ithaca to come see also a game we could have for you next week here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Make sure you watch out for all that action. Big shout out to my friends Corey Clark, Nate Batchelder, Jeremy Woodcock, and everybody sending me some updates, letting me know what's going on in the Mid-Michigan area. Bubba McLean, Allison Curtis from the Bird, also big shout-outs as well. But our final here, 49-0. Clare with the victory. More Mid-Michigan Sports Network action next Tuesday. Volleyball action as Beal City hosts McBain in a big-time Highland Conference game. Chris Bachman signing off on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.